amazing player and it's going to help us win. And I'm sure he thinks the same. So that's really it.
It seems to be a bit of a theme, actually. Thomas Tuchel has almost created he's been very clear in everybody's roles, 2 players for each position and then, elsewhere, and that you're close, the people that you're... What does that do and how does it help?
Yeah, I think it's great, to be honest. And I feel like also we have such an amazing team where everybody knows how good they are. So it's like, it's not that you're going to be on the bench and you're rubbish. It might be that opponent, that team suits one player better or someone's in form. And, but like if you look at the last game, how the subs came on and won the game for us so easily. That's the strength and depth we have, and it's gonna be crucial for this tournament.
You impressed as well against Costa Rica. It was great seeing you back out there.
Yeah.
We've spoken previously about wanting to score more goals.
Yeah.
Is that the main part of your game that you're working on? Is being more clinical?
Yeah, definitely. I want to be more ruthless. I feel like to go to that level where I'm one of the best wingers in the world, I need to be. I need to score more, need to assist more. But besides that, I feel like I do so much for the team, irrespective of that. But yeah, definitely, as a winger.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome to the World Cup Game Day Sports Bar. Me, Jamie O'Hara, and him over there, Jason Cundy.
Has anyone seen Croatia? Can you hear me, Modric? Can you hear me, Modric? You're Mr. Hello, big Kramaric, Perisic, any kind of it. You got an itchy back. Can you hear me, itchy back? Can you hear me, itchy back? You're Mr. One. Never beaten.
England are off the mark with a win in the World Cup. Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Marcus Rashford, all on the score sheet. England, 4-2 winners against Croatia. We want to hear your take from it. Get involved in the show. 03 717 22 3344. How impressive were we going forward? Was there anything that we can do better? What did you make of the substitutions in the second half? Also, we've got live updates from Ghana v Panama, who are also in our group, which kicks off at midnight. We're going to be joined by South American expert John Cottrell as Colombia kick off the World Cup against Uzbekistan in Group K in a few hours. But you know what to do. England have won. The World Cup started for us. Get involved in the show. 03 717 22 3344. Woo! Woo!
Wowzers.
How are you?
I'm honestly quite exhausted.
You've lost your voice.
Well, I haven't lost my voice. It's a little croaky, but yes, that was...
Well, for people that don't know, me and you have just done a sports bar special live from the Redwood.
Yes, we did.
It was all across the talkSPORT YouTube channel, and what a game! I mean missed penalty,
nuts,
retake, 4 goals, 2 for Croatia. Loads to talk about.
Yeah.
Where do we even start?
I suppose we start at the beginning. I thought we were pretty sloppy first 4 or 5 minutes. I thought we looked a bit nervous. I thought Croatia pressed us, come onto us, giving the ball away. I thought that the players that reliably...
We looked tentative.
Yeah, and I felt that we never really settled into the game until the goal. And we get the goal, get the penalty. And it is a penalty. And we get a bit of good fortune. You know, the keeper's off his line. They're planted.
Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and and then them's the rules. And then Kane sticks it away. And from that moment on, even though I was still wasn't totally convinced by what we looked like. I felt we reacted well to going 1-up, and it looked like we are going to get the second goal in the game.
No, I'm not convinced, mate. No, it was same old England for me after we go 1-0 up.
Yeah, but no.
Sit off, don't press, let them have it, let them control the tempo of the game, and then what happens? They score.
Yeah, I felt
it's the same old England.
I felt the 7 or 8 minutes after that, I felt that they struggled, Croatia. I felt we looked comfortable. And then, you're right, and then we concede the goal. Bellingham gives the ball away, and it's a brilliant strike, but it is so typical of us. And those old scars or the wounds are still very much there. And that is just, especially against Croatia.
Mm.
And they were there to be seen, and they exposed them. It's a brilliant strike. I felt Pickford gets a hand to it. I need to see it again. You and I watching it in a bar. I just wonder whether could he get a stronger wrist.
I think it's a good strike, mate.
No, it's a brilliant strike. I just wonder whether I need to have a definitive opinion on exactly what I thought. But the fact that I felt I have two fullbacks. I thought Nick O'Reilly and I thought Reece James struggled. I thought Perisic won a lot of headers. The first 3 headers, he beat Reece James. We looked a bit off the pace. We looked a little hesitant. And we did. But I'm going to forgive it. Because the first half, when you go into a World Cup, we saw France the other night, it was the last night, and, first half, they were terrible, mate.
Mm.
No joined-up thinking, no, their rotations were terrible, no link-up play. They were way off it.
Yeah.
Second half, bang. And I'm not saying we were as good as France second half, but we were better, and we punished Croatia. And that goal just before half-time, and
Shocker.
I was,
and you jinxed it. I mean...
Well, where we were...
No, I can't see him from scoring from here. Can't see him from scoring. We're comfortable. Go.
We shouldn't concede from there.
Man, what are you doing?
No, we shouldn't. No, I'm not.
What are you doing?
We think I've got some sort of...
I know, but you said it twice. You said Harry Kane never misses a pen. Never misses a pen. Missed a pen.
We'll have an next
right? 2-1 up, and then, comfortable when you're going, no, we're comfy. Can't see us. Not hurting us. Not breaking us down. Not hurting us. Go.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I'm standing by it, mate.
Terrible goal.
It's that second goal we conceded, and I did in the watch along. I'm saying you cannot concede from here. Well, there's no way that we're going to concede from here because I can see the way we're well stacked. I'm thinking if he's going to shoot, I don't mind that. Have a shot. Have a shot. You can have a shot, but he's dinked one over the top. So between Reece James and Konsa, a run goes. I can't remember what it was. And then we're all static. Everyone's static. No one reacts. And that concerns me because, like I was saying to you in when we were doing the Sports Bar special, there will be periods in this World Cup we play against opposition, that are good opposition, they get a lot of ball retention, and they're going to keep the ball, they're going to move us around, right? That we have to be better at out of possession. Because in possession at times, I thought we were decent. I'm not saying brilliant, decent. But that moment, to concede what we did, and to allow Croatia to carve something from absolutely nothing, and it's a great run from out wide, their left, our right, across Reece James, in between Reece and Konsa, and get in between them. Not only has he got in between them, he wins the header. Not only does he win the header, he then nods it down and then finish. That's unacceptable, mate. That is unacceptable at any level.
Yeah.
And I felt that there will be periods in this World Cup where we have to sit and accept that we are going to we're not going to see the ball. We are going to be in periods where they're going to have it, but we need to be. There's need to be joined up thinking between the back 4, 2, 3, whoever it's going to be in the midfield 2, and then nothing, mate. We were exposed badly, and that's work that Tuchel needs to get on, mate.
Second half though, we come out, put the foot down, and I mean they couldn't live with us for 25 minutes, could they? In the second half,
no,
it was all over them.
And whatever Tuchel said, and this is what you get from a manager of his quality. I don't know what he said. We'll find out, and hopefully Faye will get him very, very soon.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Right? What did you? What was your instruction second half? I'm fascinated because whatever he said, bang, first whistle, higher tempo, squeezing. Everyone was at it. Mm-hmm. The tempo was better. The passing was sharper, crisper. The movement was better. And then you get the goal, and then all of a sudden the temperature of the game has changed.
Yeah,
completely changed. So we were quite fortunate we got the goal when we did.
Yeah, no, it was a good time to score. All right, loads to go at. Let's go to Jamie. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, James.
All right, Jimbo.
Before I get on to England, I want to say quickly, Jamie O'Hara, it is such an honour to you. It really is. It truly is. Yeah, England was pretty good tonight. I can't shake it. You say?
Say that again.
Hear me?
No,
Shame, your line's no good. We'll come back to you. Let's go to John. He's West Ham. John?
Hello, boys. How we doing? All right?
I'm all right, John. I'm all right. How you feeling?
Yeah, all right. Yeah. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. We had a nervy 5-10 minutes opening, and a bit of a nervy first half and stuff. I think we need to communicate a bit more with the back four, between the back four and the midfield.
Yeah.
But I could see the high press, and I like the way Pickford was like, acting as a little bit of a sweeper and sucking their players in so we could create some gaps in the midfield. I think the only way, and second half, I think we were superb, but I think the only way we're going to win this World Cup is there's two things. Firstly, obviously, keeping Kane fit.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely imperative. And the second thing is we will win most of our games from the 70th minute onwards with the attacking players we have on the bench.
Yeah.
It's almost like an embarrassment of riches. Attacking, exciting players. I like the way he just made 3 changes.
Yeah.
And they were positive changes. But
he brought on, when you're bringing on, he brought on Morgan Rogers, Saka, and Rashford. I mean, when that Croatia must have been thinking, oh, here we go. I mean, and other teams watching that going, God, you know what? They have got a lot of good players, and they come on. And not only that, are they athletes. I thought Jed Spence was fantastic when he come on as well. Yeah. Quick, athletic, good 1v1, driving forward. And, look, as the tournament goes on, we're going to be playing in different climates. It's going to be hot. What I saw in the last 20 minutes, we look good.
The only thing I'll say on that is that Croatia were chasing the game. And if we're losing 1-0 and those subs you just mentioned come on, very different scenario. Very different setup, very different.
Still top players, though.
Of course, no, I totally agree with that. But Croatia had to come on to us, and our fourth goal. You look at how they were exposed at the back.
Yeah, they were.
If Croatia are 2-1 up, that goal does not get conceded. So but yes, he's made a good point.
John, what did you make of the starting partnership at the back? No Gay. I thought we looked. I have to say, I thought we looked shaky. Reece James as well. I thought he looked a bit shaky.
I thought they were quiet. I would have probably had a bit. I probably would put Gay in there instead of Konsa. I don't know. Maybe a bit of a leader, in there. But it's the first time they're playing together. But I think the communication is key because the 2 stopping goals we conceded were just because we look comfortable. And it's the only attacks they had. We looked really comfortable, was playing it all right, and the goals came from nowhere. But, we're going to get hurt later on in the tournament if we do stuff like that. But it's the first game, and, a lot of world-class teams that we've seen play, their first games, they've had a shocker. So I think we started on the front foot, boys. So I think 7 out of 10, positive start.
John, top man, mate. Thanks for your call. Keep your calls in. Just how impressed were you by that performance tonight? You're listening to the World Cup Game Day Sports Bar on talkSPORT, brought to you by Burger King, Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
The Tottenham Hotspur board and executive team are fully focused on delivering commitments that we set out to fans at the end of the season. We are all in. We're investing in it. You'll see more of this in the coming months. Is this evidence of what they're going to try and do?
Well, they can talk to Ferenc Puskas for a medium if they want, but they're not going to sign Tonelli. He's not going to sign for Tottenham. But
why?
because I doubt that he will see an upward move being Tottenham Hotspur, given that he's been at Newcastle, given that the expectation of Newcastle was far greater than ultimately he possibly signed on for. You know, the expectation was that the ownership would have pushed harder and higher. There's expectations of him being going to certain bigger clubs. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up at Arsenal, and the same thing happens to Spurs of Eberechi Eze as it does with Tonali. Now, there's never been an issue with Spurs' spending, has there? I mean, I thought Spurs were spending 150, 200 million pounds pretty regularly. Both with this new ownership, laughable new ownership, and the previous incumbent management with Daniel.
Yeah.
So there was never an issue. They were spending 70 odd million quid on Dominic Solanke, weren't they, a couple of years ago? It's been about the wages. The wages are the issue that Tottenham Hotspur have found themselves falling foul of because they won't adjust their wage parameters, because they've got banking covenants that support their borrowings. So I never felt for one moment that these guys wouldn't spend more money. They've made so much bloody noise about how much money they're going to spend. I mean, they spent a wonderful investment in January of this year, didn't they, when they were banging in trouble, and they spent £35 million on Conor Gallagher, who they recouped by selling Brennan Johnson to Palace. So there's no surprise in my mind. There's no surprise in my mind that they will spend money.
Well, they're going to get Van Hecke. They might get to
Wow.
We don't.
Wow.
Yeah, but come on.
No, come on, what? If you're going to take on a top six side, you're going to be, in order to be better than the six sides that you're trying to emulate, which is Tottenham Hotspur's aspiration, you better spend bigger, better, and buy better players than them. And so with that in mind, wow, you're buying a Brighton player. I know that.
You're listening to the World Cup Game Day Sports Bar. Me, Jamie O'Hara, and Jason Cundy. England are off the mark in the World Cup. 4-2 victory over Croatia tonight. Let's get straight back to your calls. Go to Charlie. He's a QPR fan, right, Charles?
Right, Chaz.
How we doing, lads? We all good?
All right, Chaz.
How you feeling?
How we doing? Yeah. To be fair, we had a bit of a 50-50 one, to be there. Like, I thought, you know, we took control of the game in spaces of it, but Croatia, they were so comfortable, weren't they, at times, when they got the ball. They played with us, really, didn't they? But unfortunately, they just didn't have the killer blow.
Do you know what it was, though, Charles? And I said this to Jace. I said, it's fine sitting in because teams are going to have spells. International level, there is going to be times when they're going to have good possession. And I wanted to say, and I said to him, and I said, let's see what happens when we don't have the ball. When they've got good possession, let's see how we defend. And we failed that test. That was my issue. They scored 2 goals when they had good possession. Now,
yeah,
that's a worry.
There was no one barking at the back, was there? There weren't really someone barking at the back to kind of control it as such. Like, but Pickford's doing this thing, obviously, but you need at least someone out there who at least going to...
If you're going to sit off like Arsenal have done this season, right, and then win 1-0, that's fine. but that's fine. But there's an organised sitting, right?
There's structure. There's more structure towards.
But there wasn't with us.
It was like there is the Premier League team.
We sat off, and it was like, yeah, we sat off, but we're not really doing anything. We were just waiting for them to create a chance.
Doing anything neither, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, like, we scored 2 goals when we sat off. That was the problem.
Obviously, we weren't going to. Yeah, obviously, no, we weren't sat off at the buffet, but we weren't going towards the ball when they had it. And unfortunately, we gave them half a yard, and they took their chances.
Yeah, I think you're both right. Actually, I think when they had possession.
Oh, Cundy, you're right there, son.
What do you mean?
Well, if you have an heart attack, they're agreeing with 2 people instead of yourself.
Well, no, I mean you can both be right, but you can both be wrong.
No, I agree with that.
That was easy.
All I want to say is big up the Royal British Legion in Grieford, and I'm out, lads. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Oh, he's gone. All right, Joe.
On his point, there will be periods in this World Cup when we play better opposition. Hopefully we get through to the last 16, whatever it's called.
Oh, we're going to get through.
Right? Where we will have to give the opposition space, or certainly give them credit. They've got the ball. But it's how you shape yourself. And I said to you during the Sports Bar special on YouTube, is that Arsenal actually recognise that under Arteta. They recognise, right, we can't keep the ball, we can't keep pressing, it's impossible. But Arsenal then, centrally, they come really tight, Arsenal, on the edge of the box. They come tight. How can that second goal? How can that flick be allowed? One to happen, the run to happen, the header, and then the finish. That's the most.
There has to be pressure though at some point.
At some point, you got to engage the ball.
Yeah, he's standing 30 yards away from your goal.
So
no pressure.
That's on Tuchel for me. That's on Tuchel. He has got to make sure that is never allowed to happen, because when you sit in a shape, you should be impossible. We saw what Cape Verde did against Spain. When you get into
Let's wait there. We're going to head back to Dallas now. Faker Others is with England manager Thomas Tuchel.
Thomas, congratulations. That was a roller coaster game for all of us to watch. I wonder what it was like to watch from an England manager perspective.
Yeah, same. I had a talk. I had a thought in between if people in the pubs would like it, and I thought, yeah, well, maybe they would like it. So it was a big one. Hopefully, everyone fastened their seatbelts because it was quite a ride. It was complicated in the first half. So they punished us for a bit too many mistakes that we did. Did not play with the freedom that we could. I have almost the feeling we wanted a bit too much, and it held us back. We wanted to get everything perfectly right, and while we wanted to get everything perfectly right, the moment was just gone. We overthought stuff off the ball, on the ball, couldn't find our rhythm, couldn't find the intensity of the ball. So I'm very happy with the reaction, because we encouraged everyone at half-time and said, go for it. This is play with more freedom, play more front-footed, and we did. We created a lot of chances, scored beautiful goals, and have a well-deserved win. And everyone is very tired in the dressing room, which I like, because it just you feel what you have done. Put a real shift in. Was very intense, and very emotional.
Yeah, the players told us that you told them that they needed to loosen up in that first half. I think Anthony Barry at half-time described it as a complicated and confusing first half of football. Yeah. What do you take from it going forward for the rest of the tournament?
Well, first of all, that we have the spirit right, and that we can overcome moments where we're not at our best, and just maybe also what we like. Maybe it's also important not to over-expect. It's also normal that the pressure is on and we play against a strong opponent. So there are a lot of positives to take away, because we got a very important win. And of course everyone knows that we were not at our best level. So there's more to come. We have to improve, which is a given. But now we have the basis that everyone is also happy to improve, and the atmosphere will be right. And today is important that the player enjoy this moment. We are over the starting line. We get our first win, first 3 points, well deserved, and still things to improve. This is how it should be.
Yeah, it's the start of the tournament, though. Very exciting times to come. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
That was Faker Others with Thomas Tuchel. I wanted to ask him, one of the big questions that we was having a debate about was Declan Rice coming off. It felt like a strange decision, but a couple of the boys up here who are Arsenal fans said he's been struggling with a back injury.
Well, it came at the hydration break, and we saw him, Tuchel that is, talking to Bellingham, and then Rice came off, and then Bellingham sat alongside Anderson. That's not a move you make. It's not a move you make intentionally. It's not something you do.
It didn't feel like the right move.
No, it didn't. I totally agree with that. What really kind of made me scratch my head is like less than 10 minutes later, Bellingham's come off. He's put Reece James in midfield, and he's put Jed Spencer right back. So that tells me that he is filling a gap, filling a space, while he considers his options.
Yeah.
About how do I deal with what's in front of me now?
It didn't work. But it's on the back foot.
And it didn't work. It wasn't the only subs that he made. He brought Rashford on, brought on Saka.
Yeah, he brought on Rodgers
and Rodgers. So there was a lot of changes around that period.
It felt like we had a lot of moving around.
Yeah,
Reece James coming into midfield, Bellingham dropping back, and it didn't work. And it was like, whoa, like, what's going on? Yeah.
There was too much.
You could have just put on Kobe Manu or Jordan Henderson.
Well,
for Declan Rice.
Well, maybe. You've got to try and get into the manager's mind, and it feels, just looking at how the subs then played out, he was buying time to think about, how do I deal with what's in front of me? So I want to bring Rodgers on. I think I'm right in saying it's the first time that Rodgers and Bellingham have been on the pitch together in an English shirt. I'm pretty sure that's correct. If not, there's been very few minutes between the pair. But the fact that Bellingham sat deeper, Rodgers has gone into his position.
Yeah.
And then he's had to rejuggle again, rethink about what's my next move?
Yeah.
How do I reshape this?
Well, he got it right because he put Jed Spence on, and he pushed Reece James into midfield, and Jed Spence was brilliant when he come on.
Yeah, and then...
But if Declan Rice is struggling with an injury,
yeah,
you can't play Jude Bellingham sitting.
You can't do what?
I don't think you can play Jude Bellingham sitting.
No, but at that time, what do you do?
I would have put Kobe Manu on.
Yeah,
Jordan
but
Henderson.
but I think...
Or I would have put Reece James in midfield earlier.
Right, okay, so I think he's... I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that he wants to... I think that...
No, you're right. He's buying himself time.
Yeah, I think the subs he wants to make in front of him probably is Bellingham for Rodgers.
Yeah.
But I think he wants to keep Rice on the pitch.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden that conversation is like, right, okay, I've got to come off. So now he's got, right, okay, how do I cope with this? And it just coincides. Because when you make subs, you can only make so many subs. You only got so many sub breaks. You can't make all of them. You can't do 1, 2. You've got to make them over 3 periods, something like that. And I think that he bought himself some time. The fact that Bellingham came off less than 10 minutes later tells me he's thought about what my next move is, and then he made the changes.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know, but that's what it tells me.
Yeah. No, I agree. Let's go to Jamie. He's a Swindon fan. All right, James.
All right, Jimbo.
Hello.
All right, James.
All right, matey.
Am I on?
You are on,
All right,
Jimbo.
No, I didn't even have a warning from your producer.
What do you mean? This is the
I don't
warning.
get a warning. Normally he says she's going to be on the line in a bit.
Well, you're on the line, aren't you? You're waiting, weren't you?
Jimbo.
Cundy, Jay, how are you?
We're
I'm
good,
all right,
matey. We're good. How you feeling?
Oh, mate, I'm absolutely over the moon about this. I mean, that result, I'm not like, okay, right, the first half, a little bit shaky, but that 20 minutes after half time, how good was that?
Yeah. No, it was good.
I mean, it really was. And what I'm phoning for, you will not believe this, lads. Do you remember the last? I doubt you remember the last phone call.
I do remember the last phone call. I
do you?
I do.
Yeah.
What was it?
They flagged a ticket for the Ghana game, haven't they?
Who's they?
Chris and Little Liam. You remember, like, the one you say about tickly costs and all of that?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I do remember that.
They have, because of where he works. I won't say it's a massive construction site in Somerset, and it's probably paid by the taxpayers. But he somehow blagged the ticket.
Well done him.
Well, it is Cundy. I can't call you Jace because it doesn't, but I'm a little bit despondent because I just heard a previous caller going on about the Legion, mate. We've been at the Royal British Legion as well watching it tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
And, mate, I'm optimistic. I'm not jumping on this massive bandwagon, lads. Please don't think I am, but are you not a little bit? Bellingham's goal, did he not look fit, like really fit when he was
Yeah, no, he looked good. He was good. Very good.
Get on, Jay. You know that, mate. I mean, yeah, definitely, mate.
I was happy when we had the ball and when we were making things tick. We looked good. Second half, for 25 minutes in the second half, we was outstanding. Like they could not live with us. Thomas Tuchel's half-time talk. He obviously got into him. He said to him, "Let the shackles off, go and play," and you could see that instantly.
Isn't that refreshing?
Yeah, and then he made positive subs. Declan Rice coming off, I wasn't sure about it, but maybe he's picked up a knock, so I can understand it a bit more.
Yeah, that was a bit worrying. That was worrying.
What I loved was the fact Saka come on, Rashford come on, Spence come on, Morgan Rogers. It was positive changes.
Do you know what? Do you lads, I was praying, because when I turned on, I literally got back from the boozer and that, I was praying you lads were going to be on in that. And don't get me wrong, we love Adrian. I really do. But I thought, I need you lads. And I thought,
Wade's going home. He's been on for hours.
Oh, yeah, but it doesn't matter. We love him, though. He's gold, isn't he?
Yeah,
he is gold.
He's the god.
But literally, Big Nose, that's Party Palace that called him Big Nose. I just think, don't you think Big Nose... I'm going to be a bit cruel here. You lads.
Southgate. Come on, don't call
I didn't say that. You said that, Cundy, not me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Big Nose. You just said it.
Yeah, I know.
Who's he talking about?
He's talking about Southgate.
I know, but I just think...
Call him Southgate.
It's refreshing, don't you? And I know you're going to have to hang up. But
no, get rid of it. No, go. I can't have you disappear.
Jamie's gone.
I had no idea who... Honestly...
I don't know what he was on about, to be fair. Legend, Southgate.
No, he is.
Of course he is.
Can't do that.
Listen, it's a good start from England. Encouraging.
Yeah, listen, first half, we have to have a conversation. Second half, we still have a conversation, but much, much better. Well done, boys.
All right, keep your calls coming in. What did you make of it? 03717 223344. You're listening to the World Cup Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Wherever it is, they're here for it.
I think all England have to do is win, and I disagree, Andy. There has to be a good performance tomorrow, because if there isn't, we already seen the kind of pressure that Thomas Tuchel's on for not picking, Trent, for not picking some of the players he's picked. They have to score tomorrow, and they have to perform well.
Yeah, but I understand why you would say that, but look at Spain, right? I mean, it was an awful performance, but we've seen teams start the competition really poorly and go on to actually win it. We've seen teams lose their first game and go on to win it. For me, as an England fan, although I will sit here tomorrow and say it was a terrible performance, but we won 1-0, if we win 1-0 and we get all 3 points, that, for me, is the most important thing.
Overall, but you don't compare us to Spain. No disrespect, we're nowhere near them.
I'm not comparing. I'm just giving you an example of a team that plays badly and doesn't get...
That's a bad example. That's a bad example because we haven't won, Andy.
Well, no. I'm not comparing. Okay, Argentina. I'm not comparing England to Argentina, but they have lost an opening group game and gone on to win the World Cup.
That's still a bad example, Andy, because these are teams that have won the World Cup.
Okay, Joe, what would you rather? Okay, what would you rather have tonight? An unbelievable England performance, Harry Kane hat-trick, we draw 3-3, or a terrible, one of the worst performances you've ever seen, and we win with a 90th minute penalty?
Well, Andy, of course we would rather win.
That's what I'm saying.
Those examples that you gave are with teams that have started badly and gone on to win the World Cup.
Well, no, I'm just giving you examples of teams that haven't started the competition well and gone on to the late stages. I don't think it's important that England play well tonight. I think it's important we win. What's key tonight? If number one thing that needs to happen, is it a win or performance? The number one, top of the list.
The number one thing that needs to happen, Andy, is we need to score and play well.
Yeah, well, that's two things. That's top. What's top of the list?
No.
That's top two. What's top two? That's the answer.
I grouped them together.
You've no groupage, I'm afraid. What's the one most important thing, Joel?
But I've grouped them
You're
together.
breaking up. What's happening?
This is what happens, though, when you spend so much time in Beverly Hills, mate. It's what happens,
you lost the plot. I think it's all about the win, right, Joel? We both agree it's all about the win tonight.
Hopefully Thomas Tuchel gets a good performance.
Yeah, hopefully. That's second on the list. On the list of hopefullys, that's second, right? Because top is win.
Okay, so let's hope for both. Have a good one,
Yeah, but if we can only hope for one, we'll hope for the top one. Thanks. Have a good one, Joel.
You could probably draw a photo of the modern FIFA World Cup trophy with your eyes closed. But what about the original Jules Rimet trophy? And why was it changed in the first place? And is the trophy that gets lifted by the winning team after the World Cup final the original or the replica? The World Cup trophy hasn't always looked like this. It actually used to resemble this. Originally called Victory or Coupe du Monde, it was designed by French sculptor Abel Lafleur and debuted at the first ever World Cup in 1930. It depicted the Greek goddess of victory, Nike, holding an octagonal cup made of gold-plated sterling silver. It had a lapis lazuli base, which is that deep blue gemstone at the bottom. Renamed in 1946 to honour the FIFA president who launched the World Cup, it became then the Jules Rimet Trophy. It went on several adventures during its life, hidden in a shoebox during the Second World War to prevent theft from the Nazis, to famously being stolen in 1966 in England, only to be found by Pickles the dog. Brazil won the right to keep the Jules Rimet Trophy permanently in 1970 after winning it 3 times. There'd be more drama, though, with the trophy again stolen in 1983 in Rio de Janeiro. It's believed to have been melted down. So back to 1970 and the creation of the current and iconic 18-carat gold trophy. Standing at 36.8 centimetres tall with a base made up of 2 layers of green malachite, it's been the World Cup as we know it since the 1974 tournament. But is that the trophy that the winners get to keep? The answer is no. The original gold trophy remains with FIFA and is only displayed at special events. World Cup winners have to settle for a bronze gold-plated replica. The base of the current original has enough space to engrave the names of the winners up to and including the 2038 World Cup. So could we therefore be in for a new trophy in the coming years?
This is World Cup Game Day Sports Bar. Me, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy. We're taking you through till 2 a.m. tonight. We're going to be getting updates from Ghana v Panama. They're in our group. That is underway live on talkSPORT 2. We're also going to be joined by South American football expert John Cottrell. But first, time now to hear some of your shared takes for Burger King.
Shared takes on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Let's go to Tony, he's an Arsenal fan. Right, Tone?
All right, Tone.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I just wanted to say about how much improved we were in the second half. We went straight at it, pressed straight away. That's what I like. Better than the first half. First half, it was getting a bit boring. We looked like we were a bit sloppy. We looked like we were nervous. So much better in the second half. But I want to point out about the offside situation. I agree with Jamie O'Hara. It does look slightly offside, but
yeah, but it's semi-automated, mate.
I want to know.
But it's semi-automated. So
yeah.
You know, once that image comes up, his foot was playing him on. So Conte's foot played him on side. So yeah, I mean, to the naked eye, I was looking at it going, that's offside, but the semi-automated's there, so you got to trust it.
Yeah.
It was a terrible goal to concede. It was shocking goal to concede. But what I loved was the second half performance. And Thomas Tuchel, we're hearing, obviously, at half-time, telling the lads to take the shackles off. Do you know? Take the shackles off, go and win the game. If we lose, we lose. I mean, that's refreshing for me. To hear that from a manager, you know, that it comes out and the players saying, the manager at half-time says, right, if we're going to lose, we're going to go and we're going to lose playing our way. We're not going to sit off and let them dictate the tempo. And what happens? We go and win because we've got better players than them.
Yeah.
Is that the yep?
No, yeah.
Tone, give us more than yep. I need more than yep, mate.
Yeah, what I want to say as well is I thought Morgan Rogers played well when he came on. I did like the substitutions, what you were saying about when he brought on Saka, Rashford. I thought they were good substitutions. We looked more threatening going forward. That's what else I want to say as well. So
yeah.
Yep. It's not nice. Yep's not nice, is it?
Yeah.
No, cheers, Tone.
So, thanks for your call. If you've got a shared take of your own, you voice note us or simply give us a call. 03717 223344. That's all thanks to Burger King.
Shared takes on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
Jay, everyone's saying the same thing. We saw the first half, we saw the second half.
Yep.
Second half, there were bits that were good, sloppy, scrappy at times. Conceding 2 goals. Second half, much better. And there was that period after the hydration break, the subs were made. We lost a little bit of control of the game.
Yep.
Then we regained it. That's the game. What Tuchel needs to do is make sure that first half performance does not happen again out of possession. Do that. Go on.
Yeah. Let's go to Jeff. He's a Wolves fan. Jeff?
All right, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm here, guys.
All right, Jeff?
Who's that?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, matey. What are you up to? What are you doing?
Yeah, first time caller. I've lived in California for 30 years, and I've been listening to you guys for a long time. And
man, thanks for phoning, mate.
Decided to call.
Thanks,
yeah,
Jeff.
Yeah. And obviously, Jamie, I'm an ex-Wolves, still a Wolves fan, but obviously we have ties together, you know what I mean, from your days back to the Wolves.
Let's talk about England.
Yeah, fantastic performance. I thought they, there was some difficulties, but you know what, 4-2 against Croatia, you got to take.
Do you know what, right? I'm sitting here, and this is, obviously we talk about the game and we try and analyse little things, and we moan about the goal, and there was bits here we weren't great. Actually, when you think about it, right? First game, World Cup, we rocked up, pulled their pants down, 4-2, dominated, set pieces, pressing, subs making an impact. Like, that's a hell of a first game. Refreshing, manager half time, go and win the game, go and make it happen.
Yeah, that was the most positive thing out of it. I mean, I've watched Jason Cundy's previous escapades with England, and it makes me laugh. Like, you guys were like so on top of it, like hugging each other, strangling each other, and that's England.
Done it again tonight. Honestly, squashing me every time he scored. He's just grabbing me by the neck.
I know, but I think if you break the game down like in 15-minute segments, actually the first 15 minutes was mixed. The middle 15 minutes of the first half was decent, and the final 15 minutes of the first half lost their way a little bit. First 15 minutes of the second half, dominant. Second 15 minutes of the second half, really good. Then there was that hydration break, and we wrestled the game back because at 3-2, it did look like the most likely to score the next goal was going to be Croatia. Yeah. That's what it looked like. We lost our way a little bit, a bit dishevelled, and then we wrestled it back. And then you've got, as Jay just said, I think you give Tuchel credit. The subs that he made had an impact. Rashford scored the goal. Saka played it onto him. Rodgers was involved. I think Jed Spence was. I mean, fair play. He got it right. But the conversation can't be brilliant. Well done, England. The conversation will be, parts of it really good. Parts of it weren't so good. Parts of it were pretty poor. Yeah. That's the conversation.
All right, Jeff, listen, mate, thanks for your call. I'm going to go to Andy. He's a Wolves fan as well. All right, Andy?
Right, Andy?
You all right, mate?
How are you?
Sorry, say that.
I'm going to go to Anthony. He's a Man United fan. All right, Anthony?
Hi, boys. You okay?
All right, mate.
Yes, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Basically, I think the last time I spoke to you two, it was about 2 years ago at the Euros, and I called Gareth Southgate an international football manager genius, and you both laughed at me. I'm going to say the same tonight about Thomas Tuchel. He got it spot on. And I think there's obviously a debate about the squad. I think he's got that spot on. He's left the big names out, but he's got that team unit in there. Something spot on tonight. Great first game. Good performance. Set the tone for the rest of the tournament. I just want to be positive, basically. I think it was a really, really good start against a half-decent-ish team. I don't know what you two think.
No, I think Tuchel, the thing I like about Tuchel, he's a pretty honest manager. When he comes out and presses, before and after games, you don't get BS from him. He tells you pretty much what he's thinking. He doesn't sugarcoat it. Doesn't hide.
No,
it comes out, and I think there were moments in that game that he'll reflect and go. I think his presser, after a victory like that, it's a good victory, really good victory. But there were moments in that game that he will look back and go, and he's privately, he'll sit with his coaching staff, they'll sit on computers, their iPads, whatever they do, and they'll look back and go, that can't happen again. That second goal cannot happen again. Because against Spain, if if you get a Croatia, Jay, that can do that, Spain will be able to do it.
Yeah.
And look, Tuchel, it's a decent start. I ain't going to go overboard. It's a decent start. The result is really good. Over the 90 minutes, there were bits of that.
Do you not think, though, like you just said, if we play a big team, we look really, really dangerous on the counter tonight. Like, against a good team, that will have a bit more of the ball, that will be a bit more attack-minded against us. I think we could kill them off. And defensively, we might not be the best, but I think we can outscore any team in this competition.
The thing is, Croatia played a 3 at the back, and the ball over the top, that's the
Down the
one.
sides of them, yeah.
Listen, I played in 3. The one ball as a centre-half you're scared of is when the wing-back pushes on and the ball gets played over where there's no wing-back. And that space is enormous. And you've got pacey wingers or pacey wing-backs, it's an absolute, honestly, it's a wounder. And we didn't do that enough. We actually did it. I think it was the Bellingham goal, the first, in the first goal, second half. Yeah, that ball was over the top. That ball was on.
It was on a lot.
And we worked it out. Worked it out.
Yeah. All right,
I'd like to say, no, sorry, go on.
No, go on, mate, go on.
No, just like I said, I just think again against a good team that has more of the ball. Like I said, counter-attacking wise, I genuinely think against the bigger teams with Tuchel in charge, like you said, take the shackles off, a bit more free.
Well, you know what?
I'll score, kill teams, mate. I really do.
That's one thing to take out of that game was the fact that what he said to him at half time.
Yeah.
That, for me, that's so refreshing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's so refreshing.
And he's also making the players look at themselves a bit.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
Yeah.
We were nervous first half.
Yeah.
We saw that. Certainly the first 5 or 6 minutes, there was no, and understandably so. Some of these boys, right, despite the fact that Nico Riley's just won the Premier League, won the FA Cup and League Cup, scored goals. He looked nervous, mate. Reece James, we didn't look comfortable. Second half, totally different.
Yeah.
And it's almost saying, come on, you. What are you doing, you lot?
Yeah.
You're better than this. Go and show me.
Yeah. All right, keep your calls coming in. We're going to get a live update in the other game of our group between Ghana and Panama as well. That's live now on talkSPORT 2. You're listening to the World Cup Sports Bar on talkSPORT, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
Yeah.
Neil, yesterday we had another French legend in the studio in Emmanuel Petit, and I asked him, no, in fact, I didn't even ask him, he just offered it to us. He said that he thinks Mbappe is more important than Henry was to France. Who do you put above the other on that list? Who's a better player? Who's more important?
I think Mbappe is the main man. Is the guy for France, and actually he's had some tough time at Madrid this season, but with France. He's always there and he's always playing well. And I think when you look at the stats, he's got already like 14 World Cup goals, yes. 58 goals for France. So he's the top scorer of all time. I've backed him from the start, and I believe he's got a big desire to prove like all the people wrong after his tough season, I'd say, at Madrid.
I remember as a kid growing up watching France, you had the great Michel Platini playing, who I think is possibly the best French player of all time. Is that how you guys see it over in France? Who is number one on your list?
It's hard to say because I feel like most of the time great players are being recognized more when they retire. And I think that's kind of what happened with Mbappe when, he was playing for Paris. Like he was criticized a lot, but then we left him, and the League One in France is not the same with or without Mbappe, and I think that will happen to him. And I believe we've never had a player coming from very young age, like doing doing the things that he's done already. He's one of the World Cup. He scored so many goals, and so I think he will be number one on the list for sure. But that will probably happen at the end of his career.
Here he comes for Rashford, keeping his feet and winning the game for England. What a move! What a goal! Marcus Rashford makes it England 4, Croatia 2, and the Three Lions surely now off to a winning start in Dallas. You're listening to the World Cup Game Day Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. You just heard how it ended. England beat Croatia 4-2 earlier tonight, live on talkSPORT. Time now for an update of Iraq v Norway with Burger. No, it's Ghana v Panama, you wallies.
Game Day live update on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Yeah, let's head over to talkSPORT 2 for live commentary of Ghana v Panama with your commentators Mike Saul and former England under-21 midfielder Darren Ambrose.
From the right here, unable to go forward, so swings it across to the far side, the left. We're joined by listeners from talkSPORT, where in Toronto it's Ghana 0, Panama 0 after almost 20 minutes play. Ghana on the attack with a left-wing cross from the far side, headed out by Panama. But Panama have been the better team in the opening 20 minutes. They had a good chance early on with Cecilio Waterman that was saved by Lawrence Atizigi, and they've had the majority of the possession and been the greater threat, Darren Ambrose.
Yeah, they certainly have. It's a fantastic shape. It's the first real opportunity to throw a long one into the box. Antoine Semenyo, and they haven't made anything from it, but they don't know how to handle this shape from Panama. The 5 at the back, but when they break, Murillo and Blackman, they're so fast on the counter-attack. They don't really know how to handle this in this opening 20 minutes. It's been all Panama in terms of possession. No real chances. Waterman had a speculative effort, didn't he, that was well saved from Atizigi. But other than that, there's not really much apart from this fantastic shape from the Panama side.
Being the other game in Group L, this is seen as the winnable one for either of these two teams, and a win would almost certainly get them into the round of 32. So there's a lot at stake in this game, even though it's the first game of this tournament for these two, as Ghana are in an offside position from that crossfield ball, and it'll be a free kick to Panama. So 21 minutes played in Toronto in Group L. It remains Ghana 0, Panama 0.
Yeah, that was a score update. All thanks to Burger King.
Game Day live update on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
Right, let's get back to your calls. Go to Jamie. He's a Man United fan. Hi, James.
Jimbo. All right, lads. How's it going?
All right, mate. How you feeling?
Yeah, good to speak to you again. Yeah, mate. I just want to say, I'm trying not to swear.
Don't swear, Jimbo.
Yeah,
just
I'm
imagine
trying,
you're in front of.
I'm trying.
Mate, you're in front of a teacher.
Lads,
yeah.
I genuinely think we can win the World Cup there.
Yeah.
What an amazing game! What an amazing game!
Yeah, calm yourself
We
down.
can do it. Well, I don't know. I say the only thing that I will say is that Anthony Gordon didn't touch the ball, and my only piece of advice to Tuchel would be to start Rashford. Comes off the bench, boom.
Yeah,
Here
but
we go.
do you know what, though, right? Yeah, I agree with you. I thought Anthony Gordon
Did you hear that?
needs to be better, but, you know, Marcus Rashford, he comes on and makes something happen. And, you know, we've seen already that subs are going to play a big part in this tournament. So it might be one of them where it's like, you know, I'll start Madawaki and I'll start Gordon and they'll give us effort and, you know, they'll run and they'll chase. And then, you know, 20 minutes, half hour left. After that second hydration break, I'll bring on Rashford to go and win the game.
Yeah, but you still got to play your best players. You still got to play your
You
best
can also
players.
have impact players, can't you?
Yeah, but Marcus Rashford is a better player than Anthony Gordon. Let's be honest. Come on. We all know that. I spoke to you guys maybe like, a month ago, and when we were talking about Anthony Gordon signing for Barcelona, where Rashford didn't get picked for Barcelona and not getting signed. He comes on and literally straight away scores a goal.
I know, but what also could have happened is that Anthony Gordon could have done the same thing, because first half England weren't great. We were average.
Yeah.
And I think that we can sometimes get a little bit overexcited about it. He came off the bench and scored a goal. Yeah, because England were better, and he came on at a point of the game where the subs were made, there were fresher legs. And I'm not making excuses for Anthony Gordon here, but both things can be true. Rashford could have started. You could be phoning up saying exactly the same thing. Well, Gordon's got to start. He came off the bench and scored. And look, Rashford is. I didn't have a problem with Gordon starting one little bit.
Well,
did not have a problem with that decision at all.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I was Tuchel looking into the next game, I don't know what it is with this Gordon thing. Call me old-fashioned. I have no idea. But to me, and perhaps it's just because I'm an old-school United fan, Rashford is a better player.
Yeah,
but he is a better player. I agree.
No one's going to disagree with you there. No one is going to. No, there are very okay.
So why are we starting Anthony Gordon?
It's the first game in the tournament. It's the first game.
Well, but what's your point? What's your point?
Well, he might change.
What's your point?
What do you mean? What's your point? What do you mean? What's your point?
No, I agree. Yeah, he might change, but for me, surely he's not an idiot Tuchel, is he? You know, he can
honestly,
understand that Rashford is a better player, and hopefully that is the only point that I've got to play.
But Jamie's just said, and he's absolutely right, that subs in this World Cup, and it's now a truism in football, that the bench can win you a game. Whenever I do a Chelsea game, right, and I look at the start 11, one of the first things I do, I look at both benches and say, who can impact on this bench, right? And there's been a lot of times this season, look at Chelsea's bench, and I've gone, I don't know how we can change the game if things ain't going our way. And I look at the opposition bench, I'm going, they've got one or two more options than we do. And I think that's what you've got to look at. The starting 11 is the first starting 11. The game never ends with the starting 11. It will never end. In this World Cup, the starting 11 will never end the game. Do we agree on that? If it does, it'll be one or two games. The bench can win you a game. The bench can change you a game. The bench can turn it in your favour. I don't know why you're so hung up on the fact that Rashford didn't start and he scored. Rashford come off the bench and scored. He come on a point where England were in a good position and they were tiring legs. It's a lovely position to come on for Rashford. How many times is Rashford going to get in the box on a side that are losing 3-2, right? Come on when the legs are tired and he stands a player up in the box. He wants it on his favourite foot, cuts inside, brilliant piece of skill and strikes home. He ain't doing that in 20 minutes. He ain't doing that in the first 45 minutes. I'm telling you that for nothing. That piece of skill, that opportunity is not being presented to him in the first 45 minutes. Right? I'm telling you that for nothing.
It is such a lovely problem to have. And we are so lucky as England fans to have such an amazing bench.
Yeah,
but at the same time, what I am saying is that, like, off the back of this game, surely Tuchel should be just saying...
Have you not heard what I've just said?
Yeah.
I don't think you have. And I'll tell you why you haven't. On the back of this game...
I'm agreeing with you.
I know, but
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying what a lovely problem that we have got.
Yeah, go on. Then you said that, and then we just have that.
Yeah. So at the same time, off the back of this game and what Tuchel has seen, surely he can see that Rashford is better, literally in his position, than Anthony Gordon. That is the only point that I've got to make.
Okay, I'm going to break this down for you because you've not listened to what I've said.
Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
What makes you think that Anthony Gordon in the first half would have found himself in the same position as Rashford did?
Well, you could literally reverse the entire question. Marcus Rashford could have done exactly the same thing. He could have literally done exactly the same thing had he started.
No, you've not listened to me, have you? You're not going to find yourself in a position where a team leaves the wide left. I'm going to just break this down. The wide left player. Let's not call him Rashford or Gordon. The wide left player gets in a position in the box where he stands up. I think it's the centre half, and there's no fullback. That's not happening in the first half.
Yeah, but it didn't happen with Gordon or Rashford, did it? That's my entire point.
It did.
My entire point, which is.
That's how he scored.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
That's how he scored.
No, Gordon did score. Gordon did score.
I know Gordon didn't score. I'm saying that Rashford.
My entire point in which I rang today was basically saying that Tuchel, off the back of this game, should be looking at Marcus Rashford as a better starter than Anthony Gordon. Simple as that.
James, listen, mate. Thanks for the call.
The point I'm trying to make is that Rashford found himself in a lovely position.
Yeah, the game had opened up and he came on the tired legs. Yeah, I get that. And you're not getting that in the first half. I understand you.
I know you do.
Yeah. Rashford is a better player than Gordon.
I agree with that as well.
So
I agree with that as well.
I agree with some of what he's saying.
No,
but you can also say that Rashford comes on and he's a weapon to have off the bench.
I agree with all of that, but the point I was trying to make, I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying.
All right, keep your calls coming in on England. 03717 223344. You're listening to the World Cup Sports Bar on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Donald Trump has been given license to join the World Cup winners in their trophy lift, just as he did, as you remember, at the Club World Cup. The US president has already been told by FIFA, we want you, President Trump, to hand over the trophy to the eventual champions. I mean, I wonder, what does that look like as far as you're concerned? Is it right and proper that Trump, of all people, should be right in the middle of it all come the trophy lift?
I think it would be hugely popular if England were to win the trophy, if Trump wrestled the World Cup off Harry Kane and began to do a little conga. I think everyone in Britain would share my view that would be absolutely magnificent. No, I think it's got the potential to be quite embarrassing, but I think that Trump is quite savvy about the reaction to what happened with the World Club Championship. If he's not, his son Barron is, because his son Barron loves football, loves our football. He's actually an Arsenal fan. And I think he will probably have a quiet word with the old man and say, look, Dad, it should you get the trophy anywhere near you, don't try and grab it.
Well, as you know, Simon, who's right beside me here, always says politicians should stay out of football. So, Simon, why should they make an exception for the president?
Because you have to manage this man. Whether you disagree with his principles or you agree with them, it's kind of irrelevant. In my ideal world, would have politicians nowhere near sports. So when the German politicians yesterday were saying they weren't going to come because they disagree with certain aspects of Trump's outlook, I said, hallelujah, more of that. The situation with Trump has a relatively unique feel about it because Trump is such an omnipotent character that it does add to the argument. But if I had my ideal world, I would be saying, Trump nowhere near it. In terms of being on the pitch, dealing with the trophy, that's someone else's responsibility, and it steers into the narrative that I always underpin my arguments with. Keep these politicians away from leveraging sports. Whoever it may be. So I can't have it both ways. I can't say, well, you know, I've got no problem with Trump, full stop. I recognise the fact that he's probably the most powerful man in the world, and he is, to some extent, omnipotent in whatever he does. But, you know, I don't want politicians near sport.
talkSPORT are an official radio broadcaster of FIFA World Cup 2026, and to celebrate, we're giving you the chance to win £26,000 cash. And the best part, completely tax-free. That's right, £26,000 could be yours. Fund your summer and enter now. Here's out. For your chance to win, visit talksportwin.com or text WIN to 83338 by 6 p.m. on the 20th of July 2026. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or send your name and number by post to Comp 1, PO Box 3190, Colchester, CO2 8GP, to arrive by midnight on the 23rd of July 2026. 18 plus, UK residents only. So for your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksportwin.com. Yeah, you are listening to the World Cup Game Day Sports Bar. Keep your calls coming in. Let's go to Maria, who's a Leeds fan. All right, Maria.
All right, Maria.
How
How are you?
are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm very good. I mean, I want to be more positive about the game that we've just watched and the opening World Cup game. I mean, it's a huge time for England. I feel like we've been listening to the whole of the World Cup, and then England have been the last people to enter, and here we are, and we've won. So I don't think it's a negative thing that we should be talking about with.
Oh, there's lots of positives, but there's also some things that we need to talk about. We can't just pretend that 2 goals didn't exist.
I knew that you'd say this, Cundy.
Say again?
I knew that you'd say this, Cundy.
No, but it's true though, isn't it? Winning 4-2 is great.
It's
Scored
true.
4-2.
Yeah, it's true.
But at half time, what were you thinking, Maria?
At half time, I was thinking, honestly, I thought we were going into half time at 2-1. So I was thinking, I'm buzzing. I can't wait for half time. It's going to be great. We're going to have a little boogie, whatever. But no,
boogie,
when they got the equaliser.
Where are you? You're in Australia still, Maria?
No, I'm actually, I went to a fan park in Leeds, so we had it at the O2 Academy in Leeds, so there was a big screen, and Jermaine Beckford was there. If you Leeds fans know who that is, yeah. Jermaine Beckford was there. He was hosting the event. Nice. It was a big event, actually.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, Marie, you've had a little boogie at half time. You know, like, what's the matter with you? We've come out in the second half. We won 4-2. You know, you're having extra boogie.
Yeah, I mean, well, not really. I mean, when Tuchel made the changes when we had the hydration break, and I thought, we're bringing on Morgan Rogers, but we're not bringing off Bellingham, obviously, because he was having a chat in his ear, and I was thinking, what is going on here? Like, he's clearly not bringing off Bellingham, and I hope he doesn't, actually. And we brought off Rice, and I was thinking Jed Spence came on. Who's come on for Jed Spence? Where's Reece James gone? And then he went further forward. And I was thinking, what is going on here? And it was a complete change. And I think every England fan was a little bit confused at that point. However, it worked because he clearly wanted to go, let's go get that 4th goal.
Yeah.
And then when he did that, I mean, the 4th goal was unbelievable, right? Rashford. I was so surprised.
It was a great goal, but I was worried when he made them changes. Now, we don't know why Declan Rice come off. Maybe he's picked up a bit of a knock, but we did look dishevelled after that for about 10 minutes. Croatia controlled the game.
Yeah.
Bellingham, he got done in midfield.
When that happened, I was like, 100%, we need Bellingham on the pitch. I was like, what is going on? But Rice, in particular, I was like, if you want anyone on the pitch for the last 20 minutes, it is Rice.
But that's
and
what
he will
that's what I was
scrape up
saying.
everything.
That's literally what I was saying. You know, he's been doing this all season, Declan Rice, winning games 1-0, seeing out performances, you know, sitting in front of the back four, dictating the tempo, reading, anticipating danger. So I was amazed that he took him off. But apparently he's got a knock. He's got a back injury. So maybe he didn't have a choice. Now, you know, Cundy made a good point. He was trying to give him... He couldn't quite know what he was going to do. I think, and that's why he put Bellingham, he dropped in, and then he realised, I can't keep, I'm going to have to take Bellingham off. And he put Reece James in there, put Spence on, and then we looked better.
Yeah. I mean, for him to work that out during the game, though, I thought, oh, my God, amazing.
No, it's
like,
risky.
We couldn't work it out looking at it. I was thinking, as an England fan, like, what is going on right now? I mean, Rice off. I did not agree with that. I was thinking we need him. It's 3-2 at that point. I was thinking we're literally 1 goal away from drawing this game, and then what is everybody going to think if we draw this game? Like,
Maria, are you still free bottle Maria? Is that still a thing for you?
Free bottle Maria. What is that?
I think it's a different.
What is that?
What do you mean? Oh, it's not Maria from Australia.
It's not Maria from Australia. So there's another.
Oh my God!
There's another Maria from Australia.
We have had this discussion before, by the way. Can we just clarify this?
Have we?
Hold on.
This is not
free bottle Maria.
This is 5 bottle Maria.
No, it's not actually.
Oh, so you're not the Aussie?
Bottle Maria.
No, I think unless she's going incognito here.
It's random, no, isn't it?
Right? Can I clarify or not?
You're not. Are you? How many bottles Maria are you?
So I'm 0 bottles Maria. I'm a footballer. I actually play football. And
okay, who'd you play for?
Yeah, so I play for Bradford City Women. Shout out Bradford City Women.
Do you?
So we just got promoted this year.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I'm going to
So we
Google
just got
you now.
promoted, so
What's your second name?
look us up. Yeah.
What's your second name?
So search me up if you like.
What's your second name?
McKenna. ENNA.
Hold on.
What do you mean no?
You can't spell your own second name. MCK.
ENNA.
Yeah, McKenna.
Right. I found her.
It's Irish.
Hold on. She's on Insta.
She's on Insta.
She's on Insta. Hold on.
Here we go.
What does that mean?
Hold on.
What are you looking at? Get us stats up of this season.
Hold on.
Can we get stats up?
Hold on.
Come on. Best winger in the league.
She is.
Yeah?
There she is. You left-footed?
I'm right-footed, actually.
It's a photo where you whip it with your left foot. As you score.
Well, maybe I'm both-footed, actually.
Nice.
You had a good season. Are you at Bradford next season?
Yeah, I am, yeah. Yeah, it's my 4th season with Bradford, yeah. Nice. I'm so excited. We're in the National League now, so it's a great league to be going into. Right. We've got Leeds, Middlesbrough, Durham. We've got some great teams in that league. I can't wait.
League's good league.
Good league, yeah. Good league.
You played in an 8-0. Hold on. Bradford City score 8 as they march on in the Premier. Hold on, let me read this. You crossed it with your left foot. Is that...
Yeah, it might be one cross, Jace.
I know, but that's...
played all season.
Hold on, read
it happens.
Hold on. It's Summer Parley. Summer Paley?
Summer Paley, yeah. Yeah. She's also a winger. No, she's actually right-footed, but yeah, she can do both. We've got a lot of talented players.
I know.
Jace, this is
Bradford City. All I've got is you beat Brunswick Athletic 8-2.
We did, yeah. We did, yeah.
Says here.
I do, yeah.
Maria got dragged off after 10 minutes. She was terrible.
Maria, listen.
Talk about your career. Come on.
Listen, thanks for phoning us up. Call us again.
Cheers. Take care, Maria.
Absolutely, yeah. Come on, England. Come on.
Up. Put Maria, put in brackets, Bradford City footballer, so we know.
Yeah. So we don't get mixed up with free bottle Marie. It's a bit unfair. On what? Yeah.
That's what I've seen, man.
Good player. Looks like good winger. Looks solid. All right, keep your calls coming in. How excited are you about the World Cup chances now after watching us win 4-2 against Croatia? They got slapped. 03 717 22 33 44.
Iran played out a 2-2 draw with New Zealand, the lowest ranked team in the competition. But that's not the whole story. Post-match, the Iranian manager, Amir Galonoy, claimed that his side were the most oppressed at this World Cup, Simon, and I think he's got a point, revealing they were thrown out of the US immediately after the game. They weren't even able to undertake a recovery session. And they were told, get on your way, and headed back to Tijuana, Mexico, their training base, a day before they had intended to.
Okay.
The manager says afterwards, it seems like others are doing the planning for us. That's a hint at the US here, with decisions made elsewhere. Our team is the most oppressed in this World Cup. The federation is absent here. They don't even have their own federation here.
Yes, listen, it's not ideal. But should that have affected the outcome in this game? I mean, yes, if they're playing a world-beating side or a side that's on an equal par with them, you can say that's a really unfair set of circumstances.
Or Simon, if they're playing anybody.
No, but let's have it right. In their favour is the fact they've got better players. So maybe the odds were slightly evened up a little bit. But as we saw with Troy talking about it yesterday, players staying in a different hotel in a different environment. Yes, the warm-down thing and those sort of things are not ideal. I understand that it's not ideal. But as we discussed yesterday, this is going to be the built-in excuse if they have a bad result.
Oh, come on.
Here they
it's
come.
not fair, Simon. Never mind not ideal. It's not fair in them.
It's not equitable.
No one else is getting treated like this.
It's not equitable. I hear you, right? And we know the reasons why, and whether we agree with them or not is a different discussion, right? But the bottom line is should they have been able to overcome New Zealand with all of that disadvantage?
But that's not the point.
Well, it is.
It's not equitable. It's not fair on them.
It is. Well, some could say that the quality of Iranian player and New Zealand having to play against a far better player is not equitable for New Zealand because New Zealand are far less capable of producing a side that's capable of performing against other sides.
Simon, the Iranian media isn't even here. The manager was saying, our own media isn't here, our own management team aren't here.
The Iranian media are not going to help them win football matches.
I get that.
So I hear the argument, I understand the argument, but I think realistically speaking, we'd hear less of it if his team hadn't drawn against New Zealand.
Would we?
Yes, of course we would. He would have been less vociferous because he'd have less of a reason to be so. The fact is like every football manager, if the wind blows from the west and it's not in their particular favour, it's a reason why they haven't done well in the game. I take all the points.
What a tune. The World Cup Game Day Sports Bar, me, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. England win 4-2 against Croatia. Get your calls in 03717 223344. Time now for a score update with Burger King.
Game Day live update on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction. Delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
The other two teams who are in our group are playing right now live on talkSPORT 2. It is 0-0 between Ghana and Panama. That was a score update. All thanks to Burger King.
Game Day live update on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
Right, let's go to Steve. He's an Orient fan. Right, Steve?
Steve-o.
Yeah, hello there. Can you hear me?
Got you, Steve?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Loud and clear, Steve-o.
Oh, good. Pleased to hear it. Good evening to you both. It's first time caller. Very nice to speak to you.
Thanks for coming on, Steve.
That's my pleasure. Just really, if we were playing Algeria or New Zealand tonight, we'd have played them. For instance, say those two teams, who I'd say maybe the third tier, possibly fourth tier of teams, and won 4-2. Would we be saying what a good side we are? And perhaps we're overrating Croatia. Croatia were fading side. May even finish bottom of the group, right? Could do. May not get to the round of 32. And really and truly, although I'm very pleased with this result, it actually doesn't represent a very stern test.
I don't know, mate. I mean, they're no mugs, Croatia. I mean, they're a well-oiled team who have been around the block for a long period of time. Yeah, all right, they're a bit aged and they're running out of legs, but You know, they still know their way around the tournament.
Yeah, okay. I just feel really at this stage very pleased with the result. But I would have been pleased with beating Panama 4-2. Okay, so a job done, but maybe not a job done well. If you can get the difference between those two kind of ways of looking at things.
I think you said
that. And perhaps until we meet somebody of top 6, even top 10 standard, I don't think Croatia are top 10. Maybe not even top 20 standard.
No, but
we don't really know where we stand.
Yeah, but we're not going to play one of them until the knockout stages, are we? Then we'll know where we're at. But if you look at the way we performed tonight, you got to be positive about where we're at. You know.
Oh, I'm not. I'm very pleased with the result. Very, very pleased. But as I say, I would have been pleased if we beat Panama 4-2. I just don't know if the elation that I'm hearing is really representative of.
What elation have you heard?
Team. Well, I think some guy came on and quite kindly and excitedly said we're going to win the World Cup. I can't get to that.
No,
I
agree.
we're not there yet.
Well, no, I agree with that. But I think there were some good signs. I think Jay and I basically reiterated that.
Encouraging signs.
There were some encouraging signs, but there were points in that game. Second goal, we come in at 2-2. First half was. Second half told you what we're capable of. First half, tentative, a little bit off it. It could have gone in at really and truthfully, we should have gone out at half time at 2-1.
But Steve, you got to look at it, right? Spain drew with Cape Verde.
I know that.
France,
I think
France was shocking in the first half, all right, and the second half they were brilliant. Portugal drew. First game of the World Cup, we've gone and trounced Croatia 4-2.
Well, let me just slightly deflect it slightly. What time did we? What minute did we score the fourth goal in? Roughly the 80th minute or
85th minute? 85th maybe.
Right. Okay. So we don't get that goal, and they score in the 86th minute. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
3-0.
3-0.
Hold on. What's the score now? 3-3.
3-0.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
What's your view then?
Terrible, mate. Terrible.
Well, it didn't happen though, did it? We won 4-2.
Terrible stuff.
It's the same. Right. It's the same game.
Terrible stuff.
What do you mean? It's not the same game. One's 3-3 and one's 4-2.
Same game, mate. Same game. Terrible
game.
stuff.
Well, it's not the same game though, is it? Because that didn't happen.
Kind of is. It's just one moment where we don't score and they do.
Yeah, but that's international football. It's fine margins.
I think that's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, that's the point. I'm very pleased with the result. I'm not sure it's that fantastic.
I don't know why you've. Who said it's fantastic?
Well, I'm hearing all kinds of mixed colours. I heard some elation.
I think it was a really good first game. Things to improve on, things to get better at. He would have learned from Thomas Tuchel from that, 45 minutes. I just think there's loads of positives and there's a few negatives.
Yes, thank you. I think, and it's been a very enjoyable sequence of time chatting with you two. Thank you,
Steve. Listen, mate.
I know what Steve's doing that, but the moments in games and that equaliser at 2-2, they scored in 45 plus 5. Right? The game never kicked off for it was the last touch of the first half.
Yeah,
right. And it was a terrible goal to concede. It's interesting, actually. I just wonder what Tuchel's team talk might have been like had we gone in at 2-1, winning. The fact that it was 2-2.
You would have said the same thing.
Possibly, but the fact that he'd gone in at 2-2, it's like, oh my God, how's this happened?
Yeah.
How has this happened? You're probably right. He would have said the same thing. But that goal, you go in, totally different. Team talk changes.
Yeah.
Whether it's 2-1 or 2-2, both managers.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Josh. He's a Spurs fan. Josh?
All right, Joshua.
Hello.
All right, Josh.
Hello, Jace.
All right, Josh.
Oh, you're right, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, we're good, matey. Go on. What do you want to say?
To be honest, I was quite nervous when I saw him name his squad, Tuchel. But I think he's absolutely smashed it tonight. I know a lot of people aren't too happy with obviously the lineup he put out, but I think Madueke, he had a great game. And obviously that's coming from a Spurs fan as well, so I can't really complain too much there. But I don't know. I think we've got a good shot. I'm not going to be like everyone else and say we're going to win the whole thing. But, I mean, if you look at the draw we've got, if we finish top of our group, we've got a decent little run.
Yeah, no, it's so difficult because we're all so critical of our own side. And we're all like, we want the best. Well, unless, if you're an England fan, you want the best. And we can look at the good points, and there were plenty of them. But there was also some really iffy moments. And I think that's Tuchel's job, to navigate your way through a tournament. You're never going to be at your very, very best in the first game and continue the way through. It's a marathon, this.
Yeah.
And you've got to find a way to get the right selection, the right team, and he will look at that. He'll look at Rashford coming off the bench. He'll look at lots of little nuances.
He'll look at Jed Spence, maybe starting.
I'll be honest, as a Spurs fan, I think Jed Spence, he didn't look very good today. I'll be honest, Mike. He looks ropey. He didn't look comfortable on the ball. He was giving it away. He was not the Jed Spence I've seen at Spurs this season. I'll be honest.
Well, I've got to tell you, I don't agree. And I'll tell you what, Jay and I spoke about this when the squad was announced. What Jed Spence done, he could have scored, Jed Spence, right? There is no way that any player on that pitch, had they played the amount of minutes, could have got through where he did. He's got legs. He's an athlete. He had a part in.
He's a brilliant player. I'm not disagreeing with that.
But I think he can impact the game, not from the start. Jed Spencer's not going to start in the World Cup.
Oh, I don't know, He
ain't starting.
I don't know.
Unless it's going to be against Panama in the last game. He ain't starting. He's not starting against Ghana.
I think against France, Brazil, he's a better option than Reece James. He's quicker than Reece James.
He ain't a better player than Reece.
He ain't a better player than Reece James. Reece James weren't great tonight.
He's a better player.
I agree. Reece
James did not look that fit.
Second half was better.
Reece James against Elise, he's going to get skinned. Do you know what I mean?
Are you kidding? Elise plays off the right. Just get this right. Reece
James against Bacola.
Mate, I'll have
Jed Spence can play left or right back.
Jed Spence is a better defender than Reece James. Jed Spence is a better defender than Reece James.
Oh, honestly, what are you not taken? What have you taken? What's going on? What's happened?
Jed Spence is a better defender than Reece James. Where are you going? He's walking out. What? James, you can't walk out. Josh, he's walked out. I can't believe it. He's walked out. Jed Spence, I think he maybe thinks I'm saying that Jed Spence is a better player. I'm not saying he's a better player. He's a better defender than Reece James. Do you agree with me, Josh?
He's definitely better going forward defensively, but I'm not too sure. But I think a lot of people are being very harsh on us here, to be honest. I mean, the two goals that Croatia scored, brilliant goals. I mean, the first goal, what can you really do about it? But obviously, if you look at 4-2, it does look a bit ropey for us. But if you watch the two goals they scored, I mean, their second goal, brilliant pass. I mean, obviously, he shouldn't have been onside. It's a bit poor there from the back line.
All right, Josh, listen, I'm going to let you go because I've got to go and find Jace. Cundy's walked out. He can't believe it. Look, he's left the studio. It's unbelievable stuff. Coming up next, keep your calls coming in. I want to hear from you. 03 717 22 3344. Jace?
The big result yesterday came, of course, with Spain being held to a 0-0 draw against debutants Cape Verde. I don't know if you're aware of it. The Spanish captain, Rodri, criticised their defensive approach to the game. Rodri. He said, this is what he said. He said, that's how they play. They don't get past midfield. It's a matter of improving our finishing.
I think it's arrogant.
Tell me
Don't
why.
expect Cape Verde to get the position of the ball and to create many occasions against Spain. Spain is one of the best teams in the world. So the way he said that, I think this is disrespectful for Cape Verde. And I think you should look at yourself in the mirror because you should have done better than that to win that game. You had some occasion to score, you didn't. And I think you have to put credit on the Cape Verde players because I think they defended like lions on the pitch.
Let's not forget as well, Spain had 27 shots, 7 shots on target. Ferran Torres has got to score that one where it's the bar. Sometimes you've got to look at yourself, not at the opposition. You look at We don't want to go back to Arsenal.
Frustrations.
If Arsenal went open against PSG, we've seen what happened in the Bayern Munich game. You have to play to your strengths. And Cape Verde, like you says, defended like lions. The goalkeeper was outstanding.
You know, if you don't like their style of play, it's up to you to do enough, you know, to win that game. I mean, I don't like those criticisms, you know, when you meet opponents that are not at the same level. And at the end, you share the points and you think, they were too defensive. And
You've done that before, Roderick.
Yeah.
Was it Scotland that you did it. After the
Exactly.
Scotland game, you did the same thing,
So I don't like it at all.
Do you think we're going to see a lot more of that in this World Cup with the so-called bigger teams being held against the smaller ones? We saw it in Brazil and Morocco, right? Of
course.
Do you think it's a case of you would have played against one of the greatest Brazil sides of all time? Do you think it's a case of the bigger teams aren't as big as they used to be and the gap is much smaller now? And maybe the smaller teams have worked them out a bit?
The gap is not the same that it used to be before. So they have to realize that even small team, you know, has improved a lot individually and
Just because you're a football legend doesn't mean you totally light up the World Cup. These guys are just three who prove that. The struggles of some great names makes the record of Miroslav Klose even more impressive. It was in 2002 in Japan and South Korea that a 24-year-old Klose put the world on notice. At his first World Cup, he scored a hat-trick in Germany's opener against Saudi Arabia. He scored another 2 at the tournament and, well, what do you notice? Yep, 5-headed goals. The only time someone's done that in World Cup history. Germany lost in the final, but Klose had certainly raised some eyebrows. Klose scored another 5 goals and won the Golden Boot in 2006, although Germany lost in the semi-finals at their home World Cup. Totes emotion for die Fans. By 2010, Klose was playing for Bayern Munich, where they'd clearly instilled an I'm not scared of anything attitude. African and English safaris look a bit different, don't they? Brilliant. Anyway, Klose returned from his excursion, got a goal against England and was on the score sheet in the quarter-final against Argentina before Germany were undone by a pack of hungry Spaniards. 4 years later, Klose was 36, but he was picked for one last World Cup, much to the German public's frustration. He hadn't had a stellar season for Lazio, but Germany didn't have many out-and-out strikers at the time. Klose, though, delivered again. He scored in the groups, and then in the semi-final, he had his record-breaking moment. Klose got Germany second in that incredible 7-1 victory over Brazil, his 16th, a new World Cup record. In fact, to really twist the knife, he snatched it from R9 in front of the Brazilian fans. Klose started the final, and his replacement, Mario Götze, well, you know what happened in extra time. And with that, Klose called it quits, taking with him the record for the most goals in tournament history and the most match wins in tournament history, as well as 2 bronze medals, a runners-up medal, and that winner's medal. The dream of every single World Cup footballer he fulfilled.
Yeah, good evening. You are listening to the World Cup Game Day Sports Bar. Me, Jamie O'Hara, and Jason Cundy. Still to come on the show, we're going to be getting updates from Ghana v Panama. They're also in our group. It is live on talkSPORT 2. We're going to be joined by South American football expert John Cottrell as well to talk about Colombia. A bit of messy chat as well. But before the break, if you just joined us, Cundy walked out of the studio.
I walk out again.
After I said that Jed Spence is a better defender than Reece James. And now we just had a massive argument outside about it. Now, I'm doubling down on this one. All right? I'm not saying that Jed Spence is better than Reece James. That's not come out of my mouth, all right? And I think you need to make this clear. But a 1v1 defender, Jed Spence is better than Reece James at 1v1 defending. If Mbappe gets the ball, I'd rather Jed Spence be playing against him than Reece James in that era. That's not saying Reece James ain't better than Jed Spence. He is.
World Cup final, you play in France. Who you playing right back?
Reece James.
Then that's it then.
No,
conversation's over.
But I had the conversation about in certain moments in a game, like today, all right? Reece James I thought was poor tonight. I don't
think Reece had a good first half. I agree with you.
Jed Spence is a defender. He's better than Reece James. Why are you sitting there with your head in your hands?
Jay,
that's literally his best attribute. That's why he's been picked.
I don't know what to say to you. It's one. Jed Spence is a better defender than Reece James.
1v1. 1v1 defender.
Against who? Give me the player.
Mbappe.
Reece James. Give me another player.
Semenyo.
Reece James. Give me another one. Where? Honestly, throw Messi, throw Maradona, throw who you want. Come on, mate.
What do you mean, come on, mate? Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Don't come on, mate, me.
Jay!
All right?
Jay, stop it.
Stop it. Reece James was not great tonight. He needs to be better.
Jay,
I'm not saying he shouldn't start, but you can't say he weren't great. He was poor.
First half, I agree with you. But that doesn't mean that Jed Spencer better. Come on.
I'm not saying he's a better player. He's a better defender.
He's not a better defender. He's a better player. There is nothing other than maybe he's quicker. That's it. That's the only attribute he's got. And look, Wan-Bissaka's quick.
Wan-Bissaka's a
good
one.
Usain Bolt's quick.
Yeah, but Usain Bolt ain't a right back, is he? Wan-Bissaka was a brilliant 1v1 defender.
I know he was.
Is he better than Reece James at defending?
No!
Hey, what? Are you his agent? I know he plays for Chelsea. Jace, but
you do realise that Reece is one of the best right backs in world football, right?
As a player, as an overall player,
everything, every attribute other than maybe, but
I don't know, mate.
You're gonna die. You're dying on this hill.
No, it's not about dying on the hill. I'm just saying that's my take.
Jed Spence is not a better defender than Reece James.
All right. I mean, look, you're not going to agree with me, but you're Chelsea and I'm Spurs. But I think Jed Spence is a better defender. That's my opinion. All right. I'm entitled to it. If you don't like it, shove it. All right. If you walk out again, all right. No, I'll get someone else in. I'll phone Flex up.
Do you know what? Flex will agree with me as well. He'll walk out.
Let's go to Matt. He's a Spurs fan. All right, Matt.
Matty boy.
Hello, gents.
All right, Matty boy.
Yeah. Right, the point I wanted to make was we did everything in the second half we didn't do in the first half. Well, I think we made a rod for our own back in the first half because basically every time we were passing the ball, players were receiving standing still, and then they passed the ball, and then they just stood still. Nobody was making any sort of like shuffle to the left, make a space. Do you know what I mean? They weren't moved. There was no movement at all, really. No one was.
It was tentative. It was tentative. You know, it reminded me of a Gareth Southgate performance. Go 1-0 up, sit off, and, don't really create anything else. That's what it felt like. And Thomas Tuchel at half-time was like, nah, not having that. That ain't what I'm about. And then you saw in the second half how different it was. But it felt like same old story. Go 1-0 up and try and see it through. But I don't think we can defend like that.
No, you don't need to defend. They pressed us quite high. And the way you beat that is by movement. So once you pass the ball off to someone, you then shift off. You either overlap or you move into space or whatever else. So whoever you pass it to has got an easy ball if they need to play it back to you. I mean, the best bits of the first half was when Kane came back into our half and then popped the ball 40 yards over the top to Madueke.
Yeah, there was a couple of times, though, when Kane dropped so deep.
I think we have to accept, right? The first half was not what we want to be, okay? And we scored 2 goals, and we should have gone at half-time at 2-1. It would have flattered us a little bit, maybe. But the second half... Go.
Yeah, I was just going to say, but that was because our midfielders were stood still in the middle of the park. They were sort of like receiving the ball and they were stood still. They weren't receiving the ball on the half turn, and they weren't turning into space and just making a couple of yards run, and then laying it off to someone else who's making a run beyond their marker.
It was so disjointed.
It was.
All of that was disjointed.
Yeah.
You know,
There was
Jay and I
no
had
communication.
No, Jay and I had this
Really.
conversation about Kane, and Kane was dropping deep. I don't have a problem with Kane dropping deep. I genuinely don't.
I ain't got a problem, but not getting it off Pickford.
Yeah, he came. There was a point, when he came,
he got it on the edge of the box,
and he gave it away. Actually,
it's like whoa.
Yeah, he did
Like, I'm all right. You know, I think we've all come to terms with the fact that we let Kane do what he wants, but there is a point where you go, not that deep.
Well, second half, he didn't drop as deep.
He didn't drop as deep.
Well,
in the second half.
I tell you what, the other thing is, I don't understand all these people phoning up who can't get the grips of the fact that this is going to be a squad that's going to get as far.
Yeah.
Like you said, Jason, it's going to be off the bench. You're going to bring your pacey players on at 70 minutes. Yeah. That's the whole point of having pacey players.
No, we saw Picola come off the bench for France.
Yeah.
Not last night as it is, but 2 nights ago. Yeah, players can change games. In particular, okay, tonight is not a great example because of an air-conditioned stadium, but there will be moments in this tournament, depending how far you get, where there will be subs that are going to come in and change a game.
Yeah.
And it is a squad game. I think you've got to look at, in England's case, you've probably got 17 players that can come on and change a game. And there's the ones like the Dan Burns of this world, right? Chalobah, who are going to come in if there's an injury.
Yeah.
Not ones that can change the way. Mark Gare, he came off the bench today, right?
Yeah.
He can consider himself very unlucky. But you think about the options we've got going forward. Rodgers for Bellingham. Wow. Wow.
I tell you what, at some point in time, I wouldn't object to the fact that, you know, after 70 minutes, you know, in hot conditions, he takes Kane off and puts Ollie Watkins on. Because if we're playing in like 30-degree heat, then you're going to, you know, Kane's going to get tired eventually. And then you bring someone like Ollie Watkins on. Kane receives the ball to feet, and then on the half-turn, turn back.
You ain't taking Kane off in this World Cup if you don't need to.
Well, I don't know. There might come a time when he looks absolutely. He's blown the gasket.
Well,
and
hopefully we pick up 6 points we beat Ghana, right? It's still 0-0, by the way, against Panama. And maybe Kane can rest in that game, and Ollie Watkins gets 90 minutes against Panama.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a centre back and Ollie Watkins comes on, and then someone puts, or Rashford comes on, and then someone puts that little sort of like through ball through, ahead of him, and the centre backs are knackered, or the full backs are knackered, then he's going to outpace him, isn't he? He's going to outstrip him.
Right.
Whereas Kane's not going to do that.
You're not taking Kane off.
I don't know.
If you need a goal, you're taking Kane off.
Well, it depends what state he's in. If you're playing in 30-degree heat, the guy's in his 30s and he's played, you know, so he's and he's not the quickest. But I'm just saying it's an option. I wouldn't be crying, you know, if Tuchel did that. And then also
at 70 minutes, we need a goal, and he brings Ollie Watkins.
78, all right, 80 minutes then. Yeah,
say 89.
89 minutes, and then you got 5, and then you got 8. Well, say 85 minutes, and you've got 10 minutes. You got 5
I ain't
minutes.
taking Kane off, mate.
You bring.
I ain't taking Kane off.
You're leaving Kane on. You bring Watkins on if you need a goal.
All right, you play them both on.
Yeah,
you play them both. Yeah, all right, fair enough. You're playing on Watkins and Rashford, and that's what I don't understand, mate. Who's going on about? Oh, you got to play Rashford instead of what's his face on the right?
What's his face?
Yeah, instead of Gordon. Yeah, Gordon instead of Gordon. But Gordon could play 70 minutes and run their fullback ragged, and then Rashford comes on and he's got a knackered fullback.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Listen, thanks for the call.
What's his face? You don't take.
What's his face? Good player, mate. No,
mate, you're not bringing what's his face on for Kane.
No, he's good player, mate.
I've seen him.
What's his face?
Chelsea are in for
right. Barca won him, I think.
Yeah.
He signed him. Let's go to Nathan, he's a Man United fan. Nath.
All right, Nath.
All right, lads.
All right, mate.
How are you, Nath? Go on, what do you want to say?
Yeah, I'm good. I just want to talk about how everyone's getting on to Southgate Tuchel for playing Gordon tonight. I mean, I'm a United fan, and I agree with his selection. Gordon, he does the outside runs, he does the inside runs, whereas Rashford only really cuts inside. It's a bit predictable. But for him coming on the cameo 20, 30 minutes, I think it makes sense. And like he scored tonight, So it clearly like reaffirms like Tuchel made the right decisions. I don't really understand why everyone's screaming for Rashford to be starting. That's not really the end of the world.
And listen, there might come a point in the tournament where he does start. And if he keeps scoring and he keeps playing well, then and Gordon doesn't perform, then he probably will start him and say, right, okay, I started with Gordon, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to play every game for the rest of the tournament.
100%.
But Gordon,
100%.
Gordon, I think he worked hard tonight. He wasn't great on the ball, but he worked his tail off, and there's Rashford comes on and the game's opened up. But it might be another game where Rashford starts and he might bring Gordon on, and Gordon opens the game up. They've both got good qualities, so I just don't think we need to get too strung up on who starts.
I agree with that.
Because the tournament, I think, is about, especially this tournament, because of the heat and the length of the tournament, I just think subs.
Squad game.
I just think subs are so important.
It might not. It's not the most ridiculous thing to say that Rashford starts against Ghana.
No,
it's not the most ridiculous thing at all.
And if
he does, and then Gordon comes off the bench, I think we need to buy into this, that they're certainly in the higher areas of the pitch. And I think we have to accept that there are two options, and you need two options. And whoever option plays, certainly at this stage, I don't think you can make a bad call. I don't think you can get it wrong.
No, definitely not.
No.
Lads, can I say as well? 100%. I don't know what Jason has drank tonight, but what's his name? Jed Spence is 100% better defender than Reece James. Reece James is a world-class right back. No one's disputing that. Like, he's definitely a world-class right back. But when it comes to 1v1 defending, Jed Spence and Wan-Bissaka knock him out of the park all day long.
Jace?
No, he's gone quiet now.
He's not.
He's gonna walk. Is he gonna walk off again?
He might walk again.
Yeah.
You're gonna walk out again.
You should just walk. Just get flexible, mate. I'll host. I'll host it for what you got. An hour left. I'll host it. Right? Yeah.
No, listen, mate. Thanks for your call. Keep them coming in. We'll get an update in our other game that's on now between Ghana and Panama. You're listening to the World Cup Sports Bar on talkSPORT, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Have spoken about your battle in inverted commas with Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
He's just spoken very highly about you in the press conference.
Yeah. What did he say?
He said you were his brother.
Yeah.
So give some love back to B.
No, he knows. We know. Everyone talks about rivalry and stuff, but if you see us, you wouldn't think that. Of course, we're competitors at heart for sure, and we play in the same position for club and country. So there's that natural competition, but it's not rivalry for sure. We know we're pulling in the same direction. We know we both have parts to play for club and for country. So whenever he's playing, I want him to do the best he can because he's an amazing player and it's going to help us win. And I'm sure he thinks the same. So that's really it.
It seems to be a bit of a theme, actually. Thomas Tuchel has almost created he's been very clear in everybody's roles, 2 players for each position and then, elsewhere. And that you're close, the people that you're. What does that do, and how does it help?
Yeah, I think it's great, to be honest. And I feel like also we have such an amazing team where everybody knows how good they are. So it's like it's not that you're going to be on the bench and you're rubbish. It might be that opponent, that team suits one player better, or someone's in form, and But like if you look at the last game, how the subs came on and won the game for us so easily. that's the strength and depth we have, and it's gonna be crucial for this tournament.
You impressed as well against Costa Rica. It was
Yeah.
great seeing you back out there.
Yeah.
We've spoken previously about wanting to score more goals.
Yeah.
Is that the main part of your game that you're working on? Is being more clinical?
Yeah, definitely. I want to be more ruthless. I feel like to go to that level where I'm one of the best wingers in the world, I need to be. I need to score more. Need to assist more.
Listening to the World Cup Game Day Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jason Cundy, are taking you through to 2 a.m. You just heard how it ended as England beat Croatia 4-2 earlier tonight on talkSPORT. Time for an update of Ghana v Panama with Burger King.
Game Day live update on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Let's head over to talkSPORT 2 for live commentary. Ghana v Panama with your commentators Mike Saw and former England under-21 midfielder Darren Ambrose.
Challenge from Cordoba, no foul. So we welcome listeners from talkSPORT with 59 minutes played at the Toronto Stadium, where it remains Ghana 0, Panama 0. Not a great deal to report, though the second half has improved greatly on the first as Panama tried to attack. A shot from Harvey falls to Martinez. Some Panama fans thought that ball had found its way into the top corner, but it actually struck the side netting. Some are even still celebrating, but Martinez knew he'd missed it. But that was as close as Panama have come to scoring. A right-footed shot from the edge of the 6-yard area, just a yard wide of the post.
Yeah, it's the best opportunity of the whole match. It was a miss-hit shot from Carlos Harvey, found its way to Martinez. I think it was good defending in the end from Mensah, just done enough. I think he was going to hit the target, he would have blocked that, so it was good defending. But yeah, it's probably the best opportunity of the whole match. As we was talking about in the first half, Mike, you get some good 0-0s, and this certainly isn't one of them at the moment. But it has improved slightly in this second half. We've got half an hour. One of these teams need to get a win, because as I've spoken about, I can't see any of these causing any trouble on this showing to England or Croatia.
And this will be seen by these teams as a winnable fixture, and it's there for the taking. We've had an hour's play. It's Ghana 0, Panama 0.
Yeah, that was a score update, all thanks to Burger King.
Game Day live update on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
Right, another game kicks off at 3 a.m. tonight. Mexico City Stadium, live on talkSPORT, Uzbekistan versus Colombia. Our South American football expert, John Cottrell, joins us now. Hi, John.
All right, John boy.
Hello, you okay?
How are you, matey?
All right, thanks.
Look, obviously we build up to this game. What's the big talking points?
A lot of Colombians are going to be there in the Azteca. I think they're going to pack the place. So see a lot of yellow shirts, that's for sure. They are confident. They missed the last World Cup, but they're back in action. Decent record as well in the South American qualifiers. Only outscored by Argentina, so Colombia full of confidence for this one, that's for sure. Uzbekistan, it's their first time, so you never know. We might get a surprise. We might get something like, who knows, the Spain, Cape Verde match, but Colombia got to be red-hot favourites.
Yeah, indeed. And of course, whoever wins this game, Colombia are favourites there, can top the group after what we saw earlier with Congo and Portugal.
Yeah, one apiece, wasn't it, really? So it's a great opportunity for both sides. As I say, Colombia... they really should take this one by the scruff of the neck, but you'd never know. First game's always a bit tricky, unless you're England, of course.
Yeah, even that first half. What have Colombia got that Uzbekistan have got to worry about? I mean, there's a number of players in their squad.
Yeah, I think
go on.
Yeah, the obvious one, Luis Diaz, the former Liverpool man. great goal-scoring form. James Rodriguez, Everton, ex-Everton, if he's fit, of course. He always seems to do well for his national side. He's always injured for his club sides, but he turns out and produces for Colombia. So there's a guy called Luis Suarez, not that Luis Suarez, but another one, yeah. The 20-year-old striker of Sporting, I think got 38 goals in the Portuguese competitions this year as well. So that's just a couple of, good players which Uzbekistan have to look out for.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've got Kusanov. He plays for Uzbekistan. They've got. Can they cause an upset? They can't be no mugs. They're at the World Cup.
No, he's. You mentioned him. I was going to. The Man City man, they've got him, of course, so tons of experience there, a lot of quality. There's another guy who's going to play up front, Shumarov. I think that's the right pronunciation. 190, so he's a big unit. 92 goals for his country, their leading scorer of all time. So, yeah, he's going to be a handful, I think.
He's got 92 goals?
Yeah, that's what I saw. It's on Wiki. I just checked him out earlier on today. So it's Wiki, so you never know. But that's what it says. He's certainly the top scoring player for his country.
If you were managing Uzbekistan, what would your tactics be to try and what are their weaknesses, Colombia?
Colombia, inconsistency. Right. That is the thing. They beat Brazil. I covered a lot of Colombia games in the World Cup qualifiers. So I saw them against Brazil. I saw them beat Brazil in Colombia, and they also beat Argentina, but they also lost to Bolivia. So it's a matter of consistency. That's the big thing. And, mentioning Uzbekistan, he said, if I were the manager, it's Fabio Cannavaro, the former Italy international who's won the World Cup, of course, so bags of experience. He's travelled a lot. Yeah, he's travelled a lot as well. He's been around a lot of time in China, for example, now in Uzbekistan as well. So, yeah, when you've got someone like that on the bench who's obviously being paid an absolute fortune, there's always that quality there.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's no mug, is he? He's going to know how to defend. He might see a Cape Verde situation.
Absolutely. There's always a chance. This is the thing about this World Cup, isn't it? Again, the odds favour Colombia, but you never know.
I need to talk about Argentina. I stayed up, not last night, night before now as it is, because we are at 1:30 in the morning here. Lionel Messi. Listen, people are going to say the opposition wasn't great, and it wasn't, but my gosh, this boy. And the way they're still structured, John, Argentina still set up the team to rotate around Messi. Everything is around, get Messi the ball. How can we get Messi on the ball in that mid-final third?
Yeah, it's funny because the build-up, especially from a lot of people in Argentina, say now they're moving away from Messi. They're not going to rely on Messi anymore. Yeah, of course not. Yeah, but fabulous performance from him. And I think that it was one of those games as well, wasn't it? When everything he hit went into the back of the net. That early offside, 2 early offsides for both teams as well. He scored now. He's got more goals from outside the area than any of the players. Ribelino, the Brazilian.
Wow.
The guy with the tash, if you remember him, he had 5 goals from outside the area. So the Brazilians are a bit annoyed about that because it's that big rivalry between Brazil and Argentina, of course. And now another record is gone Argentina's way. But yeah, Messi was absolutely fabulous, wasn't he? And he's going to be 39 next week.
Oh, gosh.
So, I mean, it's not bad. Not bad at all. No, Can he sustain it against better opposition?
Yeah, well, we'll see. I think he will, that's for sure. John, you sent us a couple of books, haven't you?
Have you got them? That's a big question.
Well, we haven't been given them yet, but just tell us.
Hold on. What books?
You sent us a couple of books.
Let me show you. This is the one. You should. This is the author's copy down here. That's hence the thing here. But these things should have arrived on Friday or Saturday at your headquarters. So chase that one up. I've got the evidence in case someone
here. The books are here.
You've got them. Yeah, they're there. Yeah.
We'll definitely
chase it up.
We'll dig them out.
Chase it up.
John, you're a star, mate. Appreciate you coming on.
Cheers, John. Top man.
Likewise. Absolute pleasure.
All right. John Cottrell there, South American football expert. That game, Uzbekistan versus Colombia, kicks off 3 a.m. on talkSPORT. Up next, we got rest of talkSPORT as well. You're listening to the World Cup Sports Bar on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
the Tottenham Hotspur board and executive team are fully focused on delivering commitments that we set out to fans at the end of the season. We are all in. We're investing in it. You'll see more of this in the coming months. Is this evidence of what they're going to try and do?
Well, they can talk to Ferenc Puskas through a medium if they want, but they're not going to sign Tonelli. He's not going to sign for Tottenham. But why? Because I doubt that he will see an upward move being Tottenham Hotspur, given that he's been at Newcastle, given that the expectation of Newcastle was far greater than ultimately he possibly signed on for. You know, the expectation was that the ownership would have pushed harder and higher. There's expectations of him being going to certain bigger clubs. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up at Arsenal, and the same thing happens to Spurs of Eberechi Eze as it does with Tonelli. Now, there's never been an issue with Spurs' spending, has there? I mean, I thought Spurs were spending 150, 200 million pounds pretty regularly. Both with this new ownership, laughable new ownership, and the previous incumbent management with Daniel.
Yeah.
So there was never an issue. They were spending 70-odd million quid on Dominic Solanke, weren't they, a couple of years ago? It's been about the wages. The wages are the issue that Tottenham Hotspur have found themselves falling foul of because they won't adjust their wage parameters, because they've got banking covenants that support their borrowings. So I never felt for one moment that these guys wouldn't spend more money. They've made so much bloody noise about how much money they're going to spend. I mean, they spent a wonderful investment in January of this year, didn't they, when they were banging in trouble, and they spent £35 million on Conor Gallagher, who they recouped by selling Brennan Johnson to Palace. So there's no surprise in my mind. There's no surprise in my mind that they will spend money.
Well, they're going to get Van Hecke. They might get to
Wow.
We don't.
Wow.
Yeah, but come on.
No, come on, what? If you're going to take on a top six side, you're going to be, in order to be better than the six sides that you're trying to emulate, which is Tottenham Hotspur's aspiration, you better spend bigger, better, and buy better players than them. And so with that in mind, wow, you're buying a Brighton player. I know that Chelsea have made a staple diet out of it, but notwithstanding that, don't expect me to go, that's impressive.
Want the chance to win £26,000 tax-free cash to celebrate the 2026 FIFA World Cup? We're giving away the big bucks. Fund your summer and enter right now. Head to talksportwin.com to enter and for T's and C's. Yeah, you are listening to the Sports Bar Game Day phone-in. Keep your calls coming in. We'll try and squeeze a few more on. But now it is time for this. Yeah, rest of Talk Sport. We're going to run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across the station. Let's kick things off. This morning's breakfast show. Andy Goldstein, Gabby Bonglahor were discussing animals.
Would you want a pet penguin, Andy, or not? Have you got any pets?
Do you know what my favourite part of a penguin is?
What?
The wafer.
Yeah, the
You like
penguin
that?
bar. Not the joke on the end of it, no.
I don't think you get jokes on penguins anymore.
Shut up.
I don't think you do.
You do.
Where would the joke be written?
On the penguin bar.
What do you mean a penguin bar? It's a biscuit. Where's the joke?
The penguin bar.
I think you're...
biscuit, mate.
It is. Penguin's a biscuit. It is.
It's not a biscuit.
Do you know if a penguin falls over, it can't obviously get up and it dies? Do you know that?
They do come out with some guff, don't they?
Yeah.
Is penguin bar? Is it chocolate bar?
I would say it's a chocolate bar, but it's in that kind of zone, isn't it? You're not quite sure what it is. Is it a biscuit? Is it?
I would venture more on the biscuit side for a penguin.
Would you?
Yeah. I do like a penguin.
Mate, I love a penguin.
Yeah,
Underrated.
penguin's all right.
Do you know what old school? Mate, the old school ones, right? So there's penguin, right? Taxi. Do you remember Taxi?
No.
Club.
Yeah, well, club are still big.
Oh, they're still big.
Yeah, club. You said get club everywhere. Clubs are good.
They are good.
They're
biscuits.
good
Right,
biscuit,
okay.
mate.
What's your favourite, mint or
Good
orange?
chocolate. What? No, orange.
The mint, mate.
No, the mint one's all right, but the orange one's good.
No, I'm going mint.
Really?
I'm going mint. I'm going mint club.
Do you like, like when you get like a fruit and nut?
No,
Dairy
don't
milk.
like. There's something about fruit and chocolate I'm not having.
Oh, I love it. Bit of cranberry in there, some almonds. I love.
Oh, you're going like elite now.
Yeah,
I'm
like the
talking about-
raisin ones. Oh, I like them.
So what? Do you know what I heard?
Go on.
And I don't want to get in trouble here with the courts, right?
Okay.
But there is a big brand of chocolate that sell chocolate on their wrappers now, because the cocoa is less than a certain percentage.
Chocolate.
They can't have the word chocolate on there, but they've got their own branding on there, and everyone thinks it's chocolate. But they've reduced the cocoa so much that legally they cannot call it chocolate.
Yeah.
Yet everyone calls it chocolate.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it is, so I don't want to get myself in trouble.
Okay. If you could have one animal as a pet, what would it be?
Dog.
Yeah. Not fish?
Fish ain't a pet, mate.
No, sure.
It's not a pet.
You see our pets at home?
Yeah.
AI-'d?
Yeah. Go on.
Made me a poodle. Don't know what you were.
I'm a boxer dog. I'm a boxer now. You look at my face.
Yeah, you are a bit of a boxer dog, to be fair. Yeah. That's all right.
There's a bit of boxer going on there.
Fish is a pet.
You're a poodle?
Fish is a pet. Pets at home confirmed that fish is a pet.
No. I don't care what they said. If you could eat it, it's not a pet.
What do you mean?
You can eat a fish.
You can eat a dog. I'm not saying you would, but you can.
That ain't going out, is it?
What do you mean? Well, it's true. It's like, Joe.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
You go fishing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't eat them. Put them back.
I know, but if you went... So, could you... Okay, let me ask you this.
Right.
Could you go out in the sea, right, and catch a pet?
Well, no, because they're sea fish. The sea animals are different, aren't they? You eat...
No, is it a fish?
Yeah, it's a fish. It's a sea fish.
Do you go out and catch a cod?
Yeah.
Would you keep it as a pet?
No, you'd eat it.
Would you think?
Yeah, you'd eat it. Yeah.
Okay. If you got a dog...
Yeah.
You went out and,
Yeah, but there's no sea dog. You know what I mean? Let's move on. Andy Goldstein returns with breakfast tomorrow from 6 a.m. He's going to be with Darren Bent.
Okay, let's head back to the breakfast show. Andy Goldstein and Gab Ingham. We're joined by David, a very miserable Man United fan. And things got heated when the conversation turned to Lionel Messi.
Genius. Yeah, he was. As I said, at the end of the day,
Always
he was
one, isn't
playing Algeria.
There's always one in the moat.
Yeah, there's always going to be one, yeah, that's me. He's playing Algeria. Are you guys trying to say that he will, in the next game or when he plays England, he's going to score 3 goals against France, England?
No one's saying that. But what he scores 1 goal, still fantastic, he creates a goal. No one's saying that Algeria are top side. Of course, Argentina are going to be the better side, but to still be doing it at 38, 39 in a week is incredible.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not at 39 years old. What I'm saying is that you've all gone over the top, literally on one game.
Well, you watched Lionel Messi last night.
Mate, I stayed up to watch him, right? And it was an absolute pleasure. And Lionel Messi, so we are watching... Okay, I'm going to say it now, right? Leonardo da Vinci, right? An artist at his work. No one ever went and watched him. Did he? Is it Sistine? No, that was... Who did the Sistine Chapel? Was that Leonardo someone else? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right? Right? Picasso. Do I think Leonardo da Vinci, I don't think he ever made a penny from his paintings.
No?
I don't think he did. I think he was... I'm pretty sure Picasso made loads. Leonardo da Vinci, I don't think he made a bean from his paintings. He was only famous... No, Van Gogh. I think it's Van Gogh. Van Gogh. Right. Van Gogh never made a bean. He died a pauper. Right?
Where are we going, man? We're digressing here. We're talking about Lionel
I'm talking
Messi.
about someone, an artist at one of the best in the world, and we. So you look back at painting. What I was looking at last night was watching a Van Gogh, someone paint a Van Gogh. Lionel Messi is he's the greatest player I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, I
ever
agree.
seen. And when you're sitting there watching him, I know it's against Algeria, and I get that. but you're still watching a 39-year-old weave his magic and do something that it's almost unfair how much talent he has. It's just not fair. He has more talent than any other footballer I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree. All right, finally, Portugal took on DR Congo earlier today in our World Cup commentary, but it wasn't a scoreline that caught the attention of Tony Cascarino. It was Cristiano Ronaldo's first half display.
You know, and I've said enough about Ronaldo, but he's had a 45-minute hydration break in this game because he's literally been non-existent.
Mate, I saw that. I watched that game. I didn't know. I don't think he touched the ball.
He'd done nothing.
Mate, and it's again. Not everyone's Peter Pan. You can't continue at that level. And I felt for him a little bit.
Yeah, but do you know what, though? I felt like when he plays for Portugal, he just stands up front waiting for them to cross the ball in the box and getting his head on it, you know? Like,
and he can't move anymore, mate.
You know, like Lionel Messi will get in pockets, he'll make things happen, he can drift in and out of a game. But Portugal do everything to then just try and get a cross in for Ronaldo. And it's like,
if Martinez
for a bit more than that.
You can still build a team around Messi. They still do that. That's exactly what they do. Anyone tells me different, they're liars. They don't watch him. They build a team around Messi. Get the ball, Messi. You can't do that, Ronaldo.
No.
You're literally, he's up front, whip the ball in, can he get on the end?
But he's a finisher.
No, he's the greatest finisher the world's ever seen. In my mind.
Yeah.
But Messi, mate, he makes the game tick.
Yeah, he does, yeah. I agree. Remember, you can find all our shows on the talkSPORT app, where you can swipe between talkSPORT, talkSPORT 2, all our other sister stations. You never miss a moment. Right, up next, Jack's going to come into the studio. We're going to do a World Cup quiz.
I think all England have to do is win. And I disagree, Andy. There has to be a good performance tomorrow, because if there isn't, we already seen the kind of pressure that Thomas Tuchel's on for not picking, Trent, for not picking some of the players he's picked. They have to score tomorrow and they have to perform well.
Yeah, but I understand why you would say that, but look at Spain, right? I mean, it was an awful performance, but we've seen teams start the competition really poorly and go on to actually win it. We've seen teams lose their first game and go on to win it. For me, as an England fan, although I will sit here tomorrow and say it was a terrible performance, but we won 1-0, if we win 1-0 and we get all 3 points, that, for me, is the most important thing.
Overall, but you don't compare us to Spain. No disrespect, we're nowhere near them.
I'm not comparing. I'm just giving you an example of a team that plays badly and doesn't get...
That's a bad example. That's a bad example because we haven't won, Andy.
What? No. I'm not comparing. Argentina. I'm not comparing England to Argentina, but they have lost an opening group game and gone on to win the World Cup.
That's still a bad example, Andy, because these are teams that have won the World Cup.
Okay, Joe, what would you rather? Okay, what would you rather have tonight? An unbelievable England performance, Harry Kane hat-trick, we draw 3-3, or a terrible, one of the worst performances you've ever seen, and we win with a 90th minute penalty?
Well, Andy, of course we would rather win.
That's what I'm saying.
Those examples that you gave are with teams that have started badly and gone on to win the World Cup.
Well, no, I'm just giving you examples of teams that haven't started the competition well and gone on to the late stages. I don't think it's important that England play well tonight. I think it's important we win. What's key tonight? If number one thing that needs to happen, is it a win or performance? The number one, top of the list.
The number one thing that needs to happen, Andy, is we need to score and play well.
Yeah, but that's two things. That's top. What's top of the list?
No.
That's top two. What's top two? That's the answer.
I grouped them together.
You've no groupage, I'm afraid. What's the one most important thing, Joel?
But I've grouped them.
You're breaking up. What's happening?
This is what happens, though, when you spend so much time in Beverly Hills, mate. It's what happens.
You lost the plot. I think it's all about the win, right, Joel? We both agree it's all about the win tonight.
Hopefully Thomas Tuchel gets a good performance.
Yeah,
Gents,
hopefully. That's
with the
second
goals
on the
from Harry
list.
Kane.
On the list of
Harry Kane.
hopefullys, that's second, right? Because top is win.
Okay, so let's hope for both.
Curtain fringe, Adidas stripes, bottle of blue, Friday nights, bucket hats, Marcus.
You are listening to the World Cup Game Day Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, and Jason Cundy. Time now for a score update with Burger King.
Game Day live update on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Yeah, two teams that are in our group are playing live on talkSPORT 2, Ghana v Panama. It's still 0-0 going into the last 7 minutes of the game. Hasn't been a great watch, not gonna lie.
Honestly, the quality of these two sides, it is. It's like they've been in the pub for like a couple of hours and they come out and play football. The quality is terrible, mate.
It hasn't been great.
Go on, I said to you after 20 minutes, this will be 0-0. There's nothing going. England and Croatia will beat both of these sides.
Yeah. All right, that was a score update. All thanks to Burger King.
Game Day live update on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
Right, Jack has come into the studio for a bit of a World Cup quiz. All right, Jack.
Jackie, what?
All right, boys, how we doing?
All right, matey.
All right, mate. We're all right. We've
Up England.
We've done all right, haven't we? 2 a.m.
Mate.
Good
It's a long
shift, that.
mate.
Good shift.
Well, do you know what? When England
We started at 8:50.
We did. We did.
It's a long old idiot.
Yeah, we're still rocking, matey.
Still going.
Still rocking.
Yeah. What you got for us?
Got a little World Cup quiz. Hopefully,
Come on then, mate.
Hopefully a bit better than last night with Teddy.
We were good, mate.
Yeah, but a few
Ted.
few
Ted.
questions went to VAR.
Yeah, there's a couple of VAR moments
Has
on
Ted been taken off tonight's show?
Well,
No, I'm being harsh on Ted. I love Ted.
Yeah.
Been sacked.
Is there a bed?
What do you mean? Do we have a bed?
There we go.
Oh, we got a little bed. Okay. Right, quick fire these, Jackie boy.
go on. Who was the veteran striker that scored twice for Cameroon at the 1990 World Cup at age 38 years old?
Miller.
Roger Miller.
Very good.
Good start.
In 1998, Croatia achieved a historic third-place finish, but which striker won the Golden Boot as the tournament's top scorer?
When?
1998, France. So you're looking for Golden Boot.
Who won the Golden Boot?
Croatian player.
Oh, Croatian player?
Yeah. So it's France 98 World Cup, but Croatia finished third in the tournament, and their striker got Golden Boot.
Oh, mate.
Played in the Prem.
Played in the Prem. Croatian.
Who did he play for?
Arsenal.
God, that's tough.
Do
you know who it is?
No, give me his initials. Go on.
Initials.
Go on.
First name begins with D.
Devil Suka. Devil Suka.
That is correct.
Oh, well played.
Yeah, I just need a little bit of a nudge, mate.
Yeah, it's good that.
Need a bit of a nudge.
Good knowledge. Good knowledge.
Who was the Ghanaian striker that missed a last-minute penalty against Uruguay in the...
something like that, and it's got some S's in his name, hasn't he? Yeah, he has. He's got an S in his name.
Yeah. I'm asking you.
Oh, no, obviously we don't know it. What is it?
Asamoah played for Sunderland.
No, there's lots of S's there.
That's tough. That's a tough question.
In 2006, host nation Germany finished third, but which manager resigned immediately after the tournament concluded? So you're looking for the German manager for 2006.
Vokes or something like that, is it? 6.
Oh, mate. Yeah,
His initials.
He played in the Prem.
Ain't Joshim Lau, is it? It's not 30 votes? No. Klinsmann.
That's the correct answer.
Oh, Jay. He took my number, by the way, Klinsmann.
What do you mean?
He took number 18 when he joined Spurs.
How'd you feel about
Never forgiven him, mate. If I met him now...
I bet he doesn't even know Cundy is.
He ain't got a clue. By the way, we went on an end of season tour to Hong Kong, Singapore, and China, right? And it was an unbelievable tour. And we ended up in this bar in Hong Kong, and we played this game. Klinsmann didn't play because it was the Euro '96, right? So we were in '96 end of season tour, and he was playing for Germany. They went on to win it. He put his credit card behind the bar and said to everyone, right, look, I'm paying for all the drinks. You just go up, say my name, you get a drink. I saw lads walking around with 2 bottles of champagne under their arms.
Really?
Right? Walk, mate, we absolutely rinsed Klinsmann. Right, rinsed him. Right.
Maybe he does know who you are.
No, listen, but the lads were just walking around. Fair play to him. He paid for everything. I don't know what the bill was, right? But I was on the dance floor with him, right? He can't dance, mate. He might be able to score a goal. Let me tell you now, Jurgen Klinsmann, it's a little bit like his shoelaces were tied together while he was dancing. But he paid the bill.
Mate, so, by the sounds of this bill, he probably deserved that shit.
The lads were walking around, I promise you, there was like Jack Daniels under their arm and all sorts walking around.
We've got a caller in line 1. Jurgen.
What a boy, though. What a boy.
Yeah, fair play to him.
He nicked my number.
Anyway. All right, come on in. Keep me going.
I'm not going to lie, this is quite difficult. Who was the Senegal player that scored the historic golden goal against Sweden for them to reach the quarterfinals in the 2002 World Cup?
Oh, my God. They're going to go through. They're only going to win it, aren't they, Garner? Oh, they can't even score from that. It's unbelievable. He's offside.
Senegal.
Yeah.
Senegalese.
Yeah, 2002.
Should we know it?
Yeah. Do you want the initials?
Yeah.
First name begins with H. Second name begins with C. I'll give you a clue for the surname.
Go on.
There's loads of these all around the studio.
Camera. Somebody.
First name begins with H.
Henry Camera?
Correct.
Oh, Jay. Skin.
Keep him coming.
In 1986, England were knocked out by Argentina, but which English striker won the Golden Boot?
Lineker.
That's correct.
Good knowledge.
It's not. That's simple knowledge, that one.
In 1994, Italy reached the World Cup final.
What year? 1994?
Yeah. But which star forward missed the decisive penalty for Italy?
Baggio.
Yeah, Roberto Baggio.
That's correct.
Well done.
Who was the English referee that handed out 3 yellow cards?
Webb. Oh no, it's not Webb, is it? No, that was the.
So this English referee in 2006 handed out 3 yellow cards.
It's Australia.
To the same Croatian player.
Yeah. It's Australia.
Yes.
I can see him. Give us his initials.
G is his first name.
Your second one?
P.
I can see his face. GP.
English.
Pole. Grand pole.
That's correct.
Well done. Hey, I'll tell you what, we're doing right, by the way.
You need a little bit of a nudge.
You're flying through these. In 2010, Spain won their first World Cup by beating the Netherlands. But which Dutch player was sent off in extra time?
He played in England.
Yes, he did.
Initials.
He's been part. Yeah, I feel like this is a get out of jail card here.
Massive
I'll give you a clue. He's been on coaching staffs.
Yeah, I can see his face. He's
West Ham.
He's quite a bruiser, isn't he?
I think at Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
He's a defender.
Initials.
First name begins with J.
Second name.
It's outrageous, this.
Go on.
H.
J-H.
Hatter, something.
No.
Hatter.
No.
Is it?
I don't know.
Closer, but
Hoydonk?
no. Okay, surname. When you stand up against the wall and someone's measuring your
Heitiger.
Yeah, Johnny Heiting.
That's correct.
Didn't know.
How many games will take place in this World Cup?
104.
How many people have won the World Cup as both a manager and a player?
1.
It's the wrong answer.
Oh, no.
That's the wrong answer.
Say that again. What was the question?
How many people have won the World Cup as both a manager?
Oh, was it Uruguay or
and a
something? Some Uruguayan back in 1930 or 34. So Deschamps.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Who else has won it?
No, mate, that's me. I'm done. I'm out of Deschamps.
One of them is considered one of the greatest centre backs of all time. European.
John Terry didn't win. No.
French? French?
One of the greatest centre-backs of all time, sweeper.
Beckenbauer?
Yep.
Oh, Beckenbauer did win it. Yes, he did. Yeah.
And then the third person is Zagallo with Brazil.
Right. When was that?
Never would have got that.
Back in the 30s, 50s.
He won it as a player in the 50s and then was the coach in 1970.
Right.
It's kind of it, boys. You've just run through them all.
Oh, we smashed it out already.
No more.
You got no more questions for us?
Jack.
What do you mean you got no?
Jack.
I've not run out.
Jack.
I can think of something.
Right, go on in.
Come on in.
Who won the Golden Boot in the 2018 World Cup?
No, look, Jack. Look at his family. Give me initials. 2018 World Cup. 2018
Golden Boot. Didn't Kane win it?
Kane might have done, you know. Do it. Say Kane.
Kane.
That's the correct answer.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Jake,
Any more
skin.
for us? Skin.
Any more?
Any more?
In the 1958 World Cup final, Pele won his first World Cup for Brazil. Who did they beat in the final?
Sweden.
That's correct.
Good knowledge. Hey, we've got him on toast here. His questions are up.
Look, he's gone red.
He's having a panic up here. He's having a panic up.
Go on.
Brazil won the World Cup in 1970.
Yeah.
Which defender scored, which is considered...
Grincha.
Which Brazilian defender scored, which is considered the greatest team goal?
Oh, I've seen that, yeah. Pele, and he lays it in on the right-hand side. Roberto Carlos. No.
No, not Roberto Carlos.
What's his initials?
No, I'm not giving you the initials.
You've run out of time. Initials. Come on.
C. First
Carlos
name.
Abelta.
That's correct.
Carlos Abelta.
One more? Are we done?
Come on, Jack.
Give us one more.
Look, Jack, look at him. Look, he's squirming. Squirming.
In 1990, Italia.
Yeah.
Oh, they've scored!
Oh, no! There's not been a goal.
Moment.
They've gone. They've got Jack out of
They've
jail.
only gone and won the game.
They've got Jack out of jail. Look at Jack. Jack's delighted.
That's unbelievable.
Honestly, this is an absolute stinkfest. They don't deserve to win it. Stinkfest of a game, but they're going crazy. Unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable scenes. Look at that. They've stunk their way out of this. Panama have... Let me see. Is he offside? Ball played through the middle of the park. He's on. He's a absolute mile on side.
I can't believe...
How's he scored from here?
Yeah,
he's out on the left-hand side. He's coming. Don't dive in. Oh, he's dived in.
Yeah,
don't dive. Why have you done that?
Well, it looks like Ghana are going to get...
Oh, my God. It's only come off his...
To join us at the top, level on points with England. That's it from the Sports Bar tonight. Ollie Klink is up next as we build up to Colombia versus Uzbekistan.
If England can get other players in their top form and scoring goals as well, not only Harry Kane, Bellingham playing really his best football that he played when he just went to Real Madrid, Rashford, Saka, and then also players on the bench coming off and being an important role in that. England can go really far and can go to the final. You know, it's that momentum that you need, it's that belief, and you don't have to play you don't really want to play your best football against Croatia. You in a way, you want to struggle a little bit, not play bad, play okay, struggle a little bit, winning 1-0 or 2-1 or whatsoever. Well, 1-0 preferably, and build your confidence and go on.
What have you made of Thomas Tuchel and the way he's handled the job so far? Are you impressed with him, Jim?
I like him. I like him a lot. He's got that likability. He, I was fortunate to sit next to him or sit close to him when, first of all, with the Chelsea games when he comes and watch Chelsea, but also with the fight.